All right, I think I'm on the right one now. Someone told me I was streaming to a different live stream because apparently YouTube started two for me. So welcome everybody. You guys missed out on my epic intro, but that's all right. Welcome everybody to 5 years of SS2. You guys can hear me all right? Fantastic. I had all sorts of sound issues, as you all are used to with me. I think we got them sorted. The real question will be, can you guys hear this?
Oh, yeah!
And this.
Maximum crabs!
If you guys can hear that, I think we're in good shape. Better do it again just in case. Yeah, it's a good idea, Kez.
Maximum crabs!
You know, I gotta say, the maximum crabs are not coming in too loud. We gotta bump those up a little bit. Let's try this.
Maximum crabs!
There we go. There we go. All right. Well, we are at a new game screen because patch 3.5.0 brings back the pre-build system. So if you are not a Conqueror player, and yes, I know my stream is getting demonetized thanks to all this music we listen to, but that's too bad. We're going to raise enough money for St. Jude without it. We don't need its help. So we've got the pre-build system, and if you didn't play it during Conqueror, what this does is allows you basically to plant city plans at a whole bunch of settlements before you even make it to the Commonwealth. Now, it works especially good if you're not using an alt-start mod, because you have all this time during the startup of the game to get it set up. So let's start off, and I'm going to introduce you guys to how this system works and how you'll use it in SS2, because it's slightly different than the way it worked in Conqueror. So, we're going to go ahead and confirm our character creation here. Now in Conqueror, you would just kind of chill in this room for a moment and it would pop up for you. Well, I wanted to do something a little bit more immersive, and I have something that I feel like was super immersive, but it was too slow, and it's still there, and I'll show you guys that in a little bit. But so what I did to kick off the launch is you'll come over here and activate little city manager holotape here. Now, what's going to happen here is it's first going to attempt to be ready. If you spend a lot of time doing character building, this might already be ready. It might start a launch immediately, but if it's not ready yet, because there's a lot of prep work in the background it has to do, it'll give you this option to start it when ready. You just click that, and then you go about continuing with the intro. And then when it's ready, it will pop up the wizard in your face. So we're going to go ahead and talk to Codsworth, maybe start our character sheet.
Morning, sir.
Thanks, Codsworth.
Of course, sir.
More of the same.
Oh, Nightbot might be here. I might have fixed Nightbot. We'll see. If Nightbot starts giving links to the St. Jude charity, then we know we fixed it. Whoops. I want to sit down. I wanted to read the Bat Babies.
I shall attend to young Sean.
You know, I was nervous at first, but Codsworth's really good with Sean.
All right, I'm going to start. I can see my stream quality says it's poor, so I'm going to start shutting down stuff on my computer to hopefully give it some more resources here.
Grognak the Barbarian in the Jungle of the Bat Babies. My favorite.
Alexander, I use a mod that skips the intro after I set up my character. That should still be fine. There is what you may have to do, or what some of these mods might have to do that want to support that feature, is they may have to trigger an activation of this, which should be pretty easy to set up for anybody who knows how to do an alt-start mod. So it might require some patching. And I'm happy to work with whoever has those alt-start mods to help them get a mechanism in to start up this for folks.
Good morning. Vaultec calling.
Good morning.
Isn't it? Just look at that sky out there. You can't begin to know how happy I am to finally speak with you. I've been trying for days. It's a matter of utmost urgency, I assure you.
Then I'm glad you caught up with me.
Oh, me too. You have no idea. Now, I know you're a busy fellow, so I won't take up much of your time. time being a precious commodity. I'm here today to tell you.
So I'm not
that
rushing through
because
it
of
because
your
I want all the
family
background activity to
service our
finish. So,
country, you have been pre-selected for entrance.
but whatever you do, you can rush through the intro if you want. What you want to avoid is if for some reason the prep work takes longer for you, and if you have a lot of add-on packs, it could take a long while for the pre-build. Like I have quite a few add-on packs installed, but probably not as many as some of you do. So as long as you don't climb into your cryo chamber before the startup finishes for the pre-build, you should be okay.
Sounds great.
Best thing to do is just activate that holotape in the player's bedroom.
Now, you're already
Say yes to auto launch it, and then just play through the intro. And if for some reason it hasn't
hasn't
launched by the time you get to the cryopod, just stand there next to your spouse and the doctor.
I just need to verify some information. That's all.
Sure, let's do it.
Splendid. Splendid. Now, let's see.
I think console will get more space with the anniversary edition. I would imagine so. Like, I think that'd be crazy not to give more space. There's no room. That's weird that Fallout 4 probably can support the most number of mods out of the 3 games that are out that are going to have creations, and yet it has the smallest amount on Xbox. All right, we'll go with... Oh, hold on, I gotta switch to this keyboard. Here we go. All right, we're going to go with the old all fours build, because we're not really going to keep this character. Oops.
Thanks again.
Hey, it's peace of mind. That's worth a little paperwork, right?
For you and Sean, no price is too high.
Good answer.
I have my moments.
Mr. King, Sean has been changed, but he absolutely refuses to calm down. I think he needs some of that paternal affection you seem to be so good at.
All right, thanks, Codsworth. I got this.
You heard Codsworth. Go on. How are the 2 most important men in my life doing? Spin the mobile a bit. He loves that.
So, for those of you who played Conquer, you remember that we had it so efficient that it would launch
How's my little guy?
it would
Much
launch
better
the
now,
pop-up
huh?
before you even left the bathroom.
Listen, after breakfast,
So
I
what
was
we ended up
thinking
doing
we
with
could
this is
should
sacrificing some of the hyper efficiency at the setup stage and let it take a little longer to do setup, but now the build is way faster is what I found.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Sir? Mom?
Got to experience the confetti for the Com Hub today. Nice.
Codsworth?
I'm sure Lupe
What's
was
wrong?
very excited about that. You think they'll finally solve the BA2 limit since they're adding VC? Oh, I don't know. That might be some sort of...
Yes.
I think the best they did for that was the ESLs, right? I think that was their attempt to open up the games to allow for more stuff when Creation Club came out. So I don't know if they're going to have another
We seem to have lost
What did he
contact with our
say?
change after that, but who knows?
Oh, no.
We do have coming in. That's confirmed reports. I repeat, confirmed reports of nuclear detonations in New York and Pennsylvania. My God.
Oh my god.
We need to
off
get
we
to the
go.
vault. Now!
Residents of Sanctuary Hills, if you are registered, evacuate to Vault 111 immediately.
All registered blood workers.
Don't mind my computer being a slideshow. That is, everyone who watches my Let's Play is used to this. It's not that bad a machine, but it, there's little Cola trying to join in on the phone here.
Not on the list.
You don't get in.
I'm going in. You can't stop me. Okay. I'm reporting this.
We need to get in. We're on the list.
Infant, adult male, adult female. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
We might actually hit
What's
the
gonna happen to all
original
those people outside the gate?
Everything we can.
the original
Now keep
immersive
moving.
explanation for the pre-build before the
Step on the platform,
holotape option
in the
runs.
center.
Let's head on in.
Almost there. We're gonna be okay. I love you. Both of you.
We love you too.
Hold on.
funny if the pop-up happened right there. We're just frozen in the nuke, filling out options on a form.
We did it. We made it. We're okay.
Everyone please step off the elevator and proceed up the stairs in an orderly fashion.
No need to worry, folks. We'll get everyone situated in your new home.
So now if you had forgotten to click on the holotape or didn't notice it,
underground.
you will find another option in here for triggering the startup.
Step over to the table.
Oh, or you won't. Uh-oh. We may have a patch fail. Okay. So, and this might not be live, and this might be so right before I started streaming, I remembered that last week we had the problem where sound wouldn't play on my computer, so I had to switch to my other computer. So what's supposed to be here is there's supposed to be a file cabinet, and it is not here, so that is alarming. It makes me think that it may be broken on my PC. So you got to give me a second here. I got to do some quick checks to see that I have all the correct files.
Over there.
So give me a second. We may have to reboot this demo for a second here.
You'll need it. Here you are. Head down the hall.
So I tried to really quickly grab all the files off of my other computer, but I may have missed something. All right, let's. Oh, there it goes. Never mind. Okay, so I guess oh no, there goes the cabinet. Look, it just appeared. So I bet the cabinet appears after it's enabled. That's just a bug. Okay, so I just got to fix that. Okay, cool. Well, at least it's working. So normally that cabinet there is your secondary operation, but I must have synced up the appearance of it with the wizard, which was just a misstep that we just never caught in testing. So hold on, let me crack a new. So I use for my to-do list, I use index cards because then my desk gets covered in them, and then I want to clear them out. So I make myself fix the issue before I can get rid of the cards. So let's see, file cabinet only appears after pre-build wizard ready. So that can be easily fixed, but it'll have to wait for patch 351 or if we need to do a hotfix. But here we go. Okay, so eventually you'll get this wizard. Some of you will get it right away. Some of it will depend on, like those of you who are running like the high FPS fix and have extended your papyrus memory and stuff, you will get it considerably faster. If you have no add-ons or very few, you'll get it faster. If you have more add-ons, it might take longer. But once you get to this, the default option, if you just hit OK, I'm ready, it'll select a set of options that most people would enjoy. So it's going to start out a whole bunch of settlements at level 1 city plans so that they can grow during your playthrough, and it'll populate them all to equal to the level 1. But you have a lot of options here on what you can change. So for one thing you can do is you can say, you know what, I want to choose a random percentage. So instead of 100% of settlements being built, of the selected settlements being built, I want to pick a random range. So oh, I can see it. So there's another issue. It shows negative 100. Yeah, we're gonna find all the bugs today while I'm demoing it. So max set percent shows negative 100%. Okay, but basically we can cycle through and set these to. Okay, well this menu is broken. Hooray! Okay, we'll just switch to all same for now. All right, I'm gonna write that down. Hold on a second. Random. And again, this could be that I don't have the right file, so we're going to find out soon because this was not brought up to me in testing as an issue. Random set percent may not work. So if you guys see this problem as well, please let me know so I can add this to the list, because I don't know which of these issues are actually in the live versus because I had to switch computers last minute. All right, so then you go to choose settlements, and you will get a list of all of the settlements that are available. Now by default, it will select a whole bunch of them that you both have city plans for and that are not involved in quests. So basically what you'll do is you'll get all of the ones that you want to have city plans or potentially have city plans, so that this is where that random percentage comes in, is that whatever you select on the left, these are the ones that are potential. Now if you don't have the settlement thing, or if you have the settlement percentage set to a random, like say, 50 to 100%, or you could do 50 to 50%, then it'll pick at random from these to determine which ones. So this will let you control how many of the settlements, like maybe there's a settlement you're like, you know what, I definitely this playthrough I'm gonna be doing, you know, Grey Garden as my home base. I don't want it to have a city plan out of the gate. So you can remove any of these that you don't want. So like I'm gonna say I don't want Boston Airport to have anything. I'm gonna let the Brotherhood of Steel take that. Maybe I like building in Hangman's Alley for myself, and you can just remove the ones that you don't want. The ones that start off here are going to be either ones that you don't have any city plans for, or those that we've flagged as having quests involved. So you could force them to do it anyway, to build anyway, but that could cause some weird issues, right? Like for Red Rocket, maybe the city plan buries Dogmeat and you can't get to him anymore. Or for Sanctuary, it makes it so that it's impossible to complete Codsworth quests. There's a lot of weird stuff that can happen. So you just pick out the ones you want and then hit accept. So the ones on the left are the ones that are going to be selected from. And then give it a moment, it'll come back up to the build here.
Oh yeah!
Lively with a $10 donation. Thank you so much. I don't have much, but every bit helps, right? Thanks for all the dedication to you and your team. Thank you so much. I appreciate the super chat. I will say, guys, if you could, I don't know if you did that through the donation system, but if you guys have any money to give, toss it over to the St. Jude link. There's one in the description. You can also grab the QR code off the screen. I see we got a donation from Mystic Rogue there. Thank you for that. And I don't know why those aren't doing the pop-up. Probably, again, because I switched computers and I have broken everything. So my apologies, but I will try and keep an eye on the little pop-up in the corner. Okay, let's go to choose city plans. So now what this is going to do, it's going to generate a list of city plans for the settlements that I selected. So it should remove, for example, the Boston Airport and Hangman's Alley ones. So I put this message in red to just make sure people knew it, because we did have some folks getting confused by the way this was set up with so many of the city plans starting on the left and then nothing on the right. So it was just kind of a reminder of make sure you keep everything on the left that you want. So here we have a bunch of city plans. I've got ROTC installed. We've got the basics from SS2, and then I have a handful of random ones from some add-on packs installed here. So we could remove any of the ones that we don't want. But if you have multiple for a settlement, there are two rules it will try and follow. One, it will just pick one at random. And the second rule is it will prefer city plans with levels over single level plans. So if you want single level plans, then you'll want to remove anything else. So if you want the basics, like these SS2 ones, where it's a very basic one, which would be great for Xbox players, you have to remove the other one. So if I'm like, I really don't want a complicated plan in Bunker Hill, then I would remove, for example, the ROTC one from there, because I know that's a multi-level plan. Once you're happy with which ones are here, just hit accept. And again, you don't have to do this. If you just leave the default options, it will do what most of you want. The one option I could see, there's a couple options I think some of you guys will like to set, and I'll show you guys those in a moment. The message red was not unreadable for me. So it's funny, Torberg, that was the other reason that I made it red, was so that if, as long as your menu color wasn't red, it would actually show up against it. Because for most people, their menu is either white or green. So then the red helps it show against that. Because yes, unfortunately, I have no way to control the timing of that without making a script extender thing, that it will sometimes show the message at the same time as the trade menu. So that was another reason that I opted to go for the red text there. All right, so one of the options you guys might want to set are level options. So the default is to build everything to level 1. But if you'd rather, you can set a random setting so that it will choose randomly between level 0 and level 3. So if you switch to random, it defaults that, but you can also cycle through. I can say I want everything between level 1 and level 3. I'm going to go everything to level 1 just because it'll build faster. And I think it generates, you get the general idea. But the nice thing about switching to random is it'll just add more variety to your playthroughs. So we're going to go ahead and accept setting there. And then we've got population options. And the default is to fill up the settlement to the number of beds/residential plots that are supported. All right, I'm seeing some donations come in. I see Canuck, Samuts, Yorkshire DB. Thank you guys so much. Remember, all this money is going to St. Jude. We're going to try and help raise some money for cancer research for that children's hospital. It's written as children's cancer research, which just sounds bad to me. Like, we're researching how to give kids cancer. Like, this sounds terrible. So it's always a mouthful to say. But anyway, it's a good cause, and we're gonna help Fallout for Hope hit their big goals. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just do 100% population. Again, you can switch this to random. Maybe you want some settlements to look like they used to have a bunch of people and they lost some, but you can do that. You can set, you can have them even empty. You can make it so that the settlements start pre-build, but they're derelict. It's up to you. This is Oops, actually changed that to random, and I want it to be full, so we're going to switch to all the same. All right, and then down at the very bottom, we have additional, well, not quite at the very bottom. Okay, so we have a couple of things here. I'm going to talk about what these options do. So auto wire pre-built upon arrival. So this used to be enabled automatically when we were doing testing, but the problem is pre-built wires currently require that you be, well, it's always going to require that you be in the settlement. Like the wire connectors have to be loaded in memory for them to actually be built. But there's a secondary requirement based on the way the F4SC code was written that means you have to have entered workshop mode in there. So I've talked to C. Dante about it, and he thinks he can get past that requirement at some point, but hasn't gotten to it yet. So for now, I disabled it to, I set it to no. It will wire automatically if you switch to yes, but it will, the first time you visit a settlement, it'll flick you into workshop mode for like a half a second, which could be a little unimmersive. So if you want the wires to build up, so I'm going to turn it on just so you guys see what that's like, and it does give you a warning about the fact that it's going to pop you in. Override build limits, you're going to want this. I believe we have it set to override build limits, yes, default for PC, and on Xbox it's a no, but I could be wrong about that. Then your upgrade requirements, you can decide if you want to, and there's some explanation of it, you can you can decide if you just want them to evolve over time. So if you want in 10 days them to update, or if you want them to require scrap, which would mean that they would have to have an appropriate amount of industrial, or you would have to make donations to them. Of course, that can only happen after you own them. So if you, and then the last one would be and having their needs met. So if you want it so that they have to be a good settlement to upgrade, so that way those that happen to be balanced will upgrade, the rest will just remain the way they are until you take control of them and fix up their options. So the default is time only, so that you will see them upgrade over time. And then we can accept the settings there. And then the last one is for immersive sake. If you want a little progress bar on the HUD, you can turn this on or off, and then a pop-up telling you when it's completed. So if you find this stuff on immersive, you don't need to have it. It's just kind of it's a nice to know where it's at. So that way, if you don't want to leave the vault at the end until it's done, then you have these options. So by default, they are on, but you can come in and turn them off. All right, so then we're gonna hit I'm ready. And we get one last confirmation to start the system. So let's go ahead and start it up. So I apologize if I'm not catching up on all your guys' questions. I will catch up in chat questions in just a moment here. I'm gonna get this moving. So now that this is done, now that will just run in the background. We should see a HUD framework progress bar come up in a moment here.
Oh God, honey, what if they didn't make it?
I know this is a
good fit,
time.
don't you think?
Oh,
do you have your suit?
Designed to be fashionable as well as comfortable.
Prepared for the future, right?
Hey, where did our doctor go? Did we leave him behind? Or did he already leave us? He gave up. Oh, I never took my vault suit. The lady's got the marker on her still.
Just pick up your suit.
There we go.
Thanks. What now?
Just follow the doctor here. He'll show you where to go.
All right, you three. Follow me.
All right, while we're going through this, 142, are there any precautions for the Triangle of Death?
Is our new home.
There are no built-in precautions other than the default options, disable Sanctuary and Red Rocket, so you'd be okay. But yeah, I mean, that is generally accurate. And there goes our progress bar. We got the building cities up there. So yeah, this is, Mount Hunter brings up a good point. If you're not familiar with the Triangle of Death, basically there is an area between Red Rocket and Abernathy where when you stand there, you have Abernathy, Red Rocket, and Sanctuary all loaded into memory, and it can cause crashes for some folks. It's just too much stuff. So it's generally advised to pick one of those three settlements, or if you're on a beefy machine, you could pick two, and don't build the third one, or you're going to be in trouble. And on Xbox, pick one for sure. The only method is, do these pre-built settlements eventually become level 3? They can, yes. Your default options will have them, will level up over time, but you know, it's funny, I never noticed this before, but there's this comfort option, but in all my testing
Who's my little guy?
of the pre-build, I ran into this a ton.
I'm not going far. I'll just be over there.
I'm using default menu HUD colors, and you're still having trouble seeing with the... Did the red text come up red for you?
All set? Just step
Anyway, you
inside.
said you'll send me a screenshot, right, so I can see what it looks like. But all right, let's hop in here. Does the max level mean the settlement won? Like it won against the Wasteland. It won the lottery.
Decontaminate and depressurize you.
Submarine, was this mod's release intentional because October 23rd is the day the nukes dropped in game? Yes, that is exactly. If you go back and watch, we had a little trailer on launch day of 5 years ago. We did it, and it ended with the bomb drop nuke, and then like SS2 is out now. So yeah, that was very intentional.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
See Ladley's question. Question about the auto wire. When you enter the settlement, it puts you into workshop mode. Does that also automatically give you ownership of that settlement? It doesn't give you ownership, but technically the game will then let you enter workshop mode at any time. You just won't technically be flagged as the owner. So yes, that is another downside to it. And again, it's one of those things where we can probably solve it with F4SE, but that is outside of my skill set. But I have been working with C. Dante lately to try and get some more improvements to our workshop framework tool. So we might be able to hook in something with that to solve that problem as well.
This is the one. Here.
Open it.
So now the progress meter goes away temporarily here because your HUD is hidden, but it's still running in the background.
Are we okay?
Almost. Everything's going to be fine.
No, I got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only going to tell you once.
I'm not giving you Sean.
Always these more donations. Bubbles, thank you. I can barely read these. I'm sorry. Patrick FIDT, thank you so much.
At least we still have the backup.
Now, because the pre-build can take a while sometimes still, like some of you are going to find that it's done before you're done playing through the vault sequence. Others will find that it's still running when you're done. In order to make it so that you don't feel like you have to stay in the vault and wait, it does sort the settlements by physical order, or physical distance from the vault entryway, so that the ones that are closest to you will be done first, so it's less likely you'll stumble upon one mid-build. Again, trying to maximize immersion. So we're at 7% done. So most likely the first nearby ones will be done. Like Abernathy will already be done by now.
I'll find who did this, and I'll get Sean back. I promise.
Alright, so we're just going to plow right through this. We're not going to worry about doing well at this or anything.
Giant roaches.
So we're almost certainly going to get to the end before the building is complete, and that's okay. And again, this is why I put the notification settings in there, because I thought if some of you got to that point, you know, you're just going to feel this obligation to be like, oh, I better wait, which is totally not necessary. The idea was you can just go. That was why I did the sorting. Because ideally it would be, and maybe I should switch it to default that those notifications are hidden just to keep the immersion up. But I remember from when we launched this in Conqueror, the question was always like, can we see the progress so we know when it's done? Crack shot with bats. Oh, he got away. Snuck around there. Oh, there he is. Say, I better not miss it 95%. Yeah, Guntered Panda, I generally would agree with that sentiment of like new player experience, keep everything invisible is my preference as well, but we just, for support reasons, we too often just get reports of it. Nothing's working, and at least this gives players some indication that something's happening, so. It's the, it's like we've been through this before, so we gotta follow that. But one of the dream things I've had for adding to SS2 is like a settings mechanism where you could easily make like an add-on pack that just sets a set of settings for players. So you could be like, here's the immersive set of SS2 settings, and release that as like an ESL file for people, so that it could set some of this stuff in advance. That would be a nice thing. But so before we added the little holotape in the player house, the original idea was, here's this file cabinet where you're setting up plans, and then clearly somebody ransacked them to take your plans and act upon them. That was my headcanon explanation. Does anybody else get this? When you guys load into a new game, as soon as I cross this threshold, my game stutters for a second. Is that me, or is that everybody? Like right about here, watch. Right there. I assume that that's like it's preloading the upper area or something, but... So now, again, you could sit here and wait until that's done if you prefer. That will definitely reduce load on your game, so that could be a reason to do so. If you're running a lot of mods, it might be worth sitting around and waiting for it, and walk away, go do something else, come back. In my case, I have just SS2. It'll be fine to just keep going.
Enjoy your return to the surface, and thank you for choosing Vault Deck.
Oh, it's happening with you guys too. It's everybody. Yeah. I mean, oh yeah, it could be an autosave. That would make sense. I'm doing good. How about you, Dave? Excited that we've... I don't actually... It's kind of weird. Like the 5-year anniversary of SS2 is... It's wild that it's been that long, because we've been releasing stuff every couple of years. So Chapter 3 was only... When did we release that? About, what, 18 months ago? So we immediately got the charity mod.
Wonderful.
Oh, we got to change that. Mr. Postman, you're the worst.
Oh, wonderful. There you are.
You're ruining the intro to the game. Oh god, he's gonna wreck me. Oh, emergency TG. No, I can't TGM. Oh, this would be so funny if we died. Oh god. The most important battle ever. Got him. Whew. Okay, well, we gotta fix that. That's close. Okay, gonna put that on the list. I think somebody reported this to me, and just never fixed it. Mr. Postman. Like, he should be like after you visited Diamond City or something, at least. Delay needed, because that is probably, I don't know, I think that might be worse than the radio signals that you get when you have all the Creation Club stuff installed. Oh, that's right, I did have the autosave, but you know what, I'm proud that I survived that, because combat's not my specialty. Alright, so let's head on over and we'll see our first pre-build. Any luck on the dreaded power grid nightmare? I mean, we did get... Workshop Framework is updated today. C. Dante took up the challenge of making a next-gen version of our auto repair for Workshop Framework. And he also said he'd do it for the Anniversary Edition too, so that we can have the next-gen automatic fix in case Bethesda doesn't fix it as a bug. Because the nice thing, one of the things we got to hope for with the Anniversary Edition is they fix some bugs in the game. Like, we obviously want them to fix the texture stutter bug that was introduced with next gen, but I have been reporting to everyone I know there about the power grid crash, because that is brutal for Xbox players. And on PC, you know, we have a solution, but it's not even a guaranteed solution. It's like most of the time it solves it. All right, hold on. We're going to drop a quick save here, just in case I get myself into combat again, since my console is not working right now because I am on a different computer and my setup is very strange. So we use a lot of weird stuff with KVM switches and Elgato things and whatnot. So at any moment, I could get decimated here in combat. Let's hope not to die by a bloatfly. Alright, so let's see if Abernathy got rebuilt. It did! And there we go. We can see Abernathy. It looks like it picked... I think this is the ROTC plan. So it starts out, it's already level 1. Now it should pop me into workshop mode for just a moment here. You can see there's already some settlers here beyond the default. Actually, this this is the family.
Well, if you've got anything,
Let's see if there should be some new settlers here as well. Oh no, wait, it hasn't gotten to the population. That's right. So after the building cities plan, it then it goes through and populates everybody, and that's why also the power hasn't generated, because it's still building. So after the next visit, after the whole process is done, then it'll power it up. So we will let that continue. But either way, you can see that it grabs the ones closest to you, so that if you want to go out exploring right away and you want to have this have happened, it will have already happened locally. So my bet is it's also already gotten Starlight Drive-In, but there's a good demo of that. And we can still use this to play the regular Sim settlements. Like, just because we did a pre-build doesn't mean that we can't play. So we can go ahead and build we can go take a normal settlement, one that hasn't been pre-built, and we can get it started here. So let's go ahead and get this going.
Hello?
What the hell?
Hello? Is this thing on? Hello? I think. I don't know how to work this dang thing.
Did you guys hear that?
Someone there? Hello?
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 Hello there.
Hey, hello there.
Jake?
Now, if I'm not mistaken, you're the fella I've been looking for.
It's Mr. Tom Shulk. How you doing, man? Excellent evil laugh. Terrifying. How's it going, man?
I'm the evil Jake this time. I'm
evil Jake.
Good.
Happy.
Was I supposed to wait, or
no? It's all good. It's all good. I just wanted to give the audience some time to be spooked there, and I think it worked. So it seems like everybody's happy with the Jake jump scare. Excuse me, Jake jump scare.
Hey, what's good? Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being a part of this, man. Your voice is why everybody really loves this. They're like, to hell with all these stupid mechanics. Everybody wants Jake Evans.
I just hope it's that my shitty way of explaining things helped get them into the rhythm of building settlements.
It definitely helps onboard people into this mess, because it's a lot to take in. There's so much stuff people got to learn, and
oh yeah, absolutely.
Jake pulls you in.
Also, I gotta say, if it's a shitty way of explaining things, that's not your fault. That's mine, because I wrote it.
Welcome, Sir Rick.
I just meant I always people always love the fake acting thing I do, because like he's so bad at it in the moment. So that's what I was referring to.
Oh yeah. What's that? An ASAM?
An ASAM? Shit.
Love it. So yeah, it's been 5 years, and actually it's been a bit longer than that for you, Tom, and a hell of a lot longer for you, Sir Rick. How long did recording take, Tom?
For me, you're talking about like the original,
like the original release, because we released it 5 years ago, but obviously you would have started recording months before that, because it was a lot of lines.
So I don't remember. I think it was over the summer when I got an email from you.
Yeah.
And then I started recording, I think, because I think that specific time you guys had a tight deadline, so I had to record it in like 2 weeks, and there was a lot of stuff to record. So I banged out like pages upon pages of the Excel sheet, like days at every single day.
Yeah, it was really rapid fire toward the end, and that was Cobus that
it was very
you.
intense, and the booth was very hot. But it was like as I'm reading through this, and like again, like I remember we sat down for that first meeting just to kind of get the idea of like the project and being part of the Discord group and just seeing how organized everything was. I was like, this is like this is not just a fan mod. This is like a game development team. Like this is like legit stuff. This is one of the most advanced teams I'd ever seen for something that wasn't like an official AAA thing, because you could fool me easily. Like this is AAA stuff that you guys produce.
That's funny. That's what I keep getting that from folks, and I had no idea. That was just, to me, that was just like, that's just my it's just modus operandi for me. Like that's how I do stuff. And then everybody I've talked to, I've interviewed who from other teams who have been like, you do stuff differently than everybody else. Like, really? Like how else do you build something like this? It's so hard to organize this many people.
You covered your tracks in terms of like keeping things organized, and at least on the voice acting side, like the Excel sheet's super easy to read, and
that is like Cobus. Let's give Cobus the credit on that one.
Cobus, Cobus, my
fantastic.
Man, what a wonderful. I love Cobus. He's great. And I got to with the into the second, but mainly the third chapter. I got to do directing with him.
Oh, and nice.
It was much less pressure with the directing stuff, because we went by chunks as opposed to like everything. I remember I think the second chapter was like I had misread the date it was due, so I had to like crunch it again. So so for the third chapter, I was told it would be done in batches. So like during those times we just scheduled sessions to record live, and that honestly is. It was a great time getting to work with them.
There were definitely some crunchy periods in there, especially because I think chapter 2 was probably our longest dev time. Where we got the brown face bug coming up with Jake here. Hold on a second. We got in-game Jake, not actual Jake. You're basically actual Jake in here.
Hello there.
All right, hold on.
I'm everywhere.
We're gonna run away from the stranger. Hold on, we gotta hide. Oh no, and Consworth's gonna try and take us too. All right, we're going to, hold on a second, do I have Workshop Plus? We can fly into the air and hide from everyone. There we go. We can just watch brown-faced Jake wander around the settlement. But yeah, with SS2 and Chapter 2, I made announcements about the date. So that, like I got smarter as we went. So with the original SS2, I announced, actually no, SS2 we shadow dropped. Why did that? So Chapter 2 was the one that we had a date on. That's probably the one you were rushed the most on. Because we had an actual, like, we had
and the rush was entirely my own, like, no, yeah, but like, I remember because I think I had misread, like, when it was due. I thought I had, like, a month, but I misread. I was like, oh, it's actually in 2 weeks. So I was like, shit, so I jumped right in the booth right away, and I got it done.
You did get it
done.
No. And it came out fantastic.
But I'm very glad for that. But honestly, like, it wouldn't have been so easy if it wasn't for the fact that it's so well written, and like I felt sliding in like a glove every time I was reading the script, because I knew exactly how I felt with the character and how he felt about the world. Everything that was described was easy, but even just like the character himself, I identified with a lot in a lot of different ways. So,
are you also from a post-nuclear town where you tried to help the people and they kicked you out?
Well, the water tastes funny, but his altruism and his ambition to kind of just try things out, if it means leading to the right thing.
Sure.
Obviously, his morals are tested in like Chapter 3, and how he has such a love for like his daughter, especially, even with the strained relationship with his
Caitlin.
partner.
Yeah.
With Caitlin, it's like there's still like history, and there's still like the image is like, sure, maybe things didn't work out the way they did, but he doesn't want anything bad happening to people in his life.
Yeah, he's a great character. What do you think, Sir Rick? How did Tom do at bringing him to life? Did you have anything to do with the casting? Like, did you help Cobus pick Tom, or was that total just a blind luck?
that was, if I remember it correctly, we were very close to releasing. We put the quest 1 together as a sort of placeholder, as a test to see what we felt about it, and we didn't yet have a Jake, so I had to do the placeholder voice for that.
Let's hear you guys. Guys, hold on. We got to hear Sarik's Jake voice, right? Like, look, can you give us the intro? Give us
a hey there, Slick.
Hey there, Slick. How you doing? My name's Jake. Now, you may not recognize me because my voice is a little bit different, but I assure you, I'm the real deal. So that was what Jake almost sounded like. Almost, kind of.
That sounded great. What'd you get me for? Like,
torture. Let's torture a stranger.
I love that.
that was our placeholder for a while. We had that in the game. Yeah.
So that was Jake. I read it in, and that was it. And we were struggling so much to try and find someone who could not only do the voice but give the performance as well. So I think Kobus was pulling his hair out in that, and you kind of just came in like last moment, did it perfectly. I think you read Quest 1 pretty much 90 to 80% with the exact same inflections I had used in the placeholder. And I thought, oh, clearly Kobus has like given you the placeholder's reference, but nope, you just got it. And therefore you read it spot on. And I was like, okay, perfect. I am so happy. We found Jake. And we almost didn't. So it was very crazy for the last moment for you to come in like that.
Kobus or kinggath. I forget who specifically was the first, but I got an email and it was very passionate. Like, we want you to try for the part. It was linked to the Casting Call Club.
Yeah.
And I shot in there of my audition, and I don't know, so whoever responded back said that they would love to talk more, and I was like, yeah, sure, yeah, okay. So
yeah, that was definitely Kobus. Because Kobus is he reaches out to anybody he likes the voice of and is like, hey, we should work together. But I remember I had an early call. The three of us had a call to be like, hey man, this is gonna be. I am remembering this. I'm like this is gonna be like really fast and really intense because we have a date picked out. I do remember this call now. So I think I was on one of the first voice calls with you where we like talked about the project and what we were trying to do. But definitely,
honestly, yeah, I didn't know what to expect getting in the call. I'm like, okay, it sounds like they're taking this very seriously. Let me sit down with these guys, and like you guys showed the passion right off the bat. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm in. I want to see where this goes. And I'm so happy that I got to be. This is still one of my favorite projects ever worked on. I'm still glad to be a part of this after all this time. After 5 years, which is crazy to me.
And last year you recorded a little bit more for us because we had a little bit of post-launch content there. And I think if players have their way, they'll keep calling you up for more every year, forever. So I hope you don't have plans.
I'm sure Jake needs to be. Jake's got some responsibility somewhere. Yeah, definitely huge thanks to Kobus for roping me in on everything and for being such a great person to work under. His direction was great, and he obviously has like a great sense of like the material in the world, so he was able to fill me in on a lot of stuff. And yeah, no, it just everyone's been great. So for as long as I've ever been
involved.
Kobus
is very picky. Like we had at least I think 10 people lined up for the voice of Jake, and he just wasn't happy with any of them because he's like, it's not perfect. So that's when you came in last second. He's like, I found Jake. There he is. He's right there. I'm like, we don't know. Like we've had so many people and you've not picked any of them, and then we heard it and we went, no, you're right. There's Jake.
Well, I'm glad to help. I'm glad that I was able to deliver what he was looking for. Because if he sounded really tight for like a specific thing, like I get it. Like it's hard to find what you're exactly looking for. So like if I was the guy that was able to help, I'm glad I was able to help.
Yeah, for sure. And I think he had mentioned to me that you had said you don't usually do stuff for free, but it seems like you guys are running a legit operation around here. And so that changed your mind on that, which again, very much appreciate, because I know you only have so much time to give out to, pursuing your own career and working on your own projects and stuff. So, and you gave us, you've given us a lot of hours over the years.
It was honestly like around that time, like, I'm still building up my credits. I'm still like trying to put myself out there, but also like, I tended to be, and I still do, like I'm selective with volunteer projects because of the time that usually goes into it. But I, like, in all honesty, like I didn't, like when I sat down with the session, like slowly and surely I realized like these guys know what the hell they're doing. And looking at the script, I'm like, there's a lot to chew on here, and I really want to keep going. And then for just beyond being able to be a character that I really liked, I got to really like the character, and I got to like go on the journey. By the end of chapter 2, after hearing about that, I'm going to learn more about my wife. And getting to be in a session recording with the person voicing my wife,
right.
I was so excited for that. I was like, I'm asking Cobus, like, what's gonna happen next? Like, I feel like part of the audience of like wanting to know the story.
That's
so
right.
I'm
We
voicing
don't
the line to be
usually.
like,
You don't usually do that,
Yeah.
right? Like usually when you're doing voiceover, it's just you and the director, right? Or you director and a writer or whatever. Like it's a small thing generally, and you're not with the other characters in the scene with you.
Usually with voiceover, it's you and a director and maybe one or two other people on like the team.
Yeah.
It's not every now and then I have the pleasure of voicing alongside other actors, and that does happen sometimes. And it's my favorite one to do because you get to like bounce those energies between each other. But even then, like when you have a good director and you have a good sense of your character, it's very easy to slide right in, and that's the way it was with Jake. Whether I was on my own. But when I got to like sit in the booth with Cobus, he was able to give me exactly what he was he was able to give me exactly what he was asking for, so I could give it to him right away, as opposed to worrying about like retakes and stuff.
Yeah. Which was good because we put you on those strict deadlines. Especially, I think chapter 1 was us imposed, and after that, one of them was maybe your self-imposed. But we got there in the end. We were able to get everything out. Like you were definitely never our holdup when we were getting stuff out there. And I go back to. Like your voice, like every time somebody reviews our stuff, and like you guys, there's always there's hesitance with mods. Like people are generally like, what we've all gotten used to generally with mods is the voice acting is going to be just okay. And then like I remember when the reviews started coming out for SS2, it was always like, no, you guys got to hear this voice acting, and they would just play your intro scene because it just sucks people in right away, and it sounds.
I am really happy by the. Yeah, no, I've noticed some of I've got a couple of the videos I saw reviews of like, oh, what are people thinking of Sim Settlements 2? And then they'll bring up the voices, and my clip would play is like, shit, thanks. I don't know. It's like it would take me aback I'm just like, I didn't expect people to grab that. Like I had a Streamly for I was in the pilot episode for a show called Ramshackle. It's an indie pilot that's very fun and very funny and very well animated. And I got to voice basically like this announcer guy for a contest that's being held in the events of the show. And I had a Streamly. All the members of the cast had a Streamly event, and among the most common people that showed up were people who were fans of Jake. So it kind of turned into like a mini reunion between people and myself with Sim Settlements 2. So it's like this, the impact that the impact that my performance has had on people will never not surprise me, and I'm always flattered and honored that people enjoyed the character very much and got a kick out of the performance I gave them, because I go into any project, whether it's volunteer or whether it's like any sort of job, I try to go in with like the best intentions for the project, which is giving them everything I have. I want this character to feel real. I want this character to be exactly what I would do in that situation if I was in that person's shoes.
And it's working, man. You're doing, yeah. Your Jake character is phenomenal, as everybody in the audience will attest to. But I have my Streamily autographed photo where you drew me a little picture of Jake on a nuke. It's on my Fallout shelf.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I remember you were there, yeah, and I'm so glad. I hope that's yes. Thank you. And
that's gonna go when we one day when we have the Kinggath Creations physical office. That'll be a framed.
Oh, it'll have its own little. Oh, that's awesome.
For sure.
Oh, that's the highest honor I can imagine.
So Sarik, when we got past chapter 1, because chapter 1 was very light emotionally. It was really, it was our tutorial chapter. Like, did Tom's performance and like audience reaction to that, did that change the direction you wanted to go writing wise? Like did that open up the door to being like, because I think before that we had like romance was not on the table at all. And like, the story we didn't have it firmly locked down. I remember like up until for the longest time we had no antagonist. It wasn't until fairly late in the writing that we're like, we should have something that you're fighting against, and then the Gunners came in. So we didn't have the whole story planned out until much later in development. Did Tom's performance aid in giving you the I don't know if it's the bravery or the feel like you could get away with going a little deeper emotionally on that stuff?
I think you touched on a thing that was definitely what we were on the fence about, which is, are people going to want to romance this guy? Because that's definitely a discussion that came up. You know, players want to romance the character. It's like, well, will they? Is he? Will people like Jake? Like, he was written to be likable, so hopefully. But you never know. Maybe he was super annoying with his old fake ASM acting. Like, I hate this guy. I want him to die. So I think we did have a solid plan of kind of where we wanted it to go. I'd say your performance, if anything, solidified that. It made sure that, like, okay, people do like Jake, which means we don't have to kill him in Chapter 2. Because maybe if people hated Jake, maybe that's what we would have done.
You guys have no idea how many times Sarek asked if he could kill Jake, and I only relented in Chapter 3. And spoiler alert, if you've not gotten that, that's a dark ending. Most of you will never see that ending, but...
I am grateful for your mercy. And I remember, I think there was some talks, like either like between Cobus and me, or like in whoever I might have talked about, where Jake, there's like this slight hint about like his family and how the way he's telling events isn't what they've always seemed. Like this, I don't know if maybe this is a question for you guys to answer, but was there like a path where it might have turned out that Jake wasn't that good of a person to begin with, or did that become more ambiguous as it went on, and just turned out that it's just more of like a complicated family situation?
I think that was always the plan from the beginning, but it definitely evolved.
I think we struggled with that too, right? Of like, it was the same way. I think we also struggled with the like, what are the stakes when Jake runs off with the board, right? Of like, is the the comrade threatening the settlement health, is that enough? And then it was also like with the Jake and the purifier, like, is that enough of a reason for his family to have left him? There was definitely some of that where you got to straddle this line of like, you still want Jake to be likable, but you do need to, there needs to be something needs to move the plot forward, right?
Yeah, and I the parts I identify with Jake is like him wanting the best for the people he cares about, and I can imagine like an exaggerated, stretched version of myself that loses the forest for the trees sort of thing. And maybe in the way that I took it is that he meant well, lost sight of things. His family didn't understand what he's doing, and he had to kind of keep going anyway for their sake. And then when they left, he says, they won't get it now, but maybe they will later. And it's the kind of thing where, like, when he reunites with his wife, you could feel the tensions of two people that want the best for their daughter, that want the best for their future. And I very much looked forward to the sessions where I got to kind of help rekindle those relationships and find those understandings between people, because it just seems like they needed to have a talk, and I was looking forward to that tremendously.
I think like that was always planned. Like, we wanted that to happen, but so you got the sprinklings of it in Chapter 1, and then we touch on it a bit more in Chapter 2. But I didn't know exactly what that would look like from like Caitlin's perspective or Laura's perspective. Like, what really happened from their point of view. That's the same story Jake told, but just from a different perspective. So you can see like, okay, like everything Jake told us was true in Chapter 1, because I didn't want him to lie. I didn't want to be outright saying, oh, I did all these good things, and it turns out no, he didn't do any of that.
I was worried about if that was going to be the case, because it's just I'm reading the scripts and hearing that that there's more to learn about his past. I'm like, I hope he's not like an asshole. I really hope so, because that's where I thought you were going, and you did so good. I really want to give you tremendous credit for making this so easy for me to dive into, because the writing is so good that I felt every moment that Jake was a part of, because of how well you wrote not just like the things he said, but the subtext of what he's feeling, and it's just tremendous work. I really do love what you do with him.
Well, thank you. It's definitely one of those things where we do this all the time on our projects. We get to the end, and then we realize, oh, we could do all these cool things, or if we just set this up in the beginning. So that was definitely one of the hardest parts, because we did it in 3 chapters. So kind of what we said in Chapter 1, we can't go back on that. We can't change that. That's
canon.
Set in stone now. Yeah.
Well, there were a few things where we lapsed on that, but nothing significant. It was always like, go back and like we injected in Pastor Edmund to show up at that one moment, or we added in the industrial, the makeshift martial plots. Like, we injected a few things, but it didn't affect the narrative, right? It was just like these moments we needed so that we could have more like to fix. One was to fix a mechanical problem, and the other was like, oh, we have this new mechanic coming in that we would like to introduce a little bit earlier. But otherwise, yeah, I think we stuck to our guns. Like once it was out there, I was like, all right, those are canon events now. Can't mess with them. All right, I gotta do a little house cleaning on the stream. So you guys I see you guys talking about the progress meter being stuck. I have that written down. It's just the bar filling that's stuck. The percent, it is actually proceeding. The other thing I have to mention is thank you to Lauren Ipsum, Captain Laserbeam, and Alexander for your donations to St. Jude. That is very much appreciated, guys. And that is part of why we're here today, guys. We are celebrating SS2 with Jake's voice actor, Tom Schalk, lead writer of SS2, Sir Rick, and we are raising some money for St. Jude. So if you guys have anything, if you can afford to give anything, there's a link in the description. There's also a QR code on screen. You can zap if you want to throw a donation there. So, continuing with our conversation, I know you mentioned, Sir Rick, of having some things that you wish we had planted. I know one of them has always been the antagonist, like wishing we had gotten Lamont in sooner. Like we knew how that character was going to play out, and unfortunately we didn't come up with her until probably like midway, I think partway through chapter 2. Like we started realizing, well, we're going to need another antagonist for the long arc of it. And like at that point, I think it was like after Conqueror development shut down, and I realized it wasn't going to happen. That was when we pivoted toward like, all right, let's bring those mechanics to SS2, and then that, of course, the story had to wrap around that. But was there anything about Jake's character that, like in retrospect, like obviously you wouldn't change anything now because people like the character how they are, but in retrospect, were there things that you wish you would have planted or things that you would have done differently with Jake?
Honestly, I think everything. Oh, sorry, I assumed that's for you.
No, you can answer as well. Yeah. Nothing comes to mind. I think it's something we talked about a lot. Like we've done development now for different projects outside of SS2, and they're definitely a lot more fast-paced. While in SS2, because it's a mod project, we have more time to sort of like finish.
Oh my God, we had so much time to write too, right? Like, yeah. I think the first draft, I think you wrote on that for over a year, right?
Oh yeah, I'd love to be able to. I've got vague notes all over the place of like, here's what was the first quest called? The mad scientist at Red Rocket Truck Stop, was that it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
I still have an old build with that partially implemented without voice.
Yeah, so we went through a lot of revisions. I think that gave us the time to really polish what we wanted to do with Jake and his story. So any changes we did come up with, we were able to go back and sort of tweak those and implement those. So by the time the chapter was kind of finished and released, we're happy with it. So I don't think there's too many things that come to mind of stuff I'd rather go back and tweak. I'm sure if I did a full playthrough, there'd be small things I'd want to go back and hint at. We added something in chapter 3 where Jake mentions he loves mowing the lawn. And I was like, oh, we should have set that up in chapter 1, but we didn't. But nothing huge. I think overall I'm pretty happy with Jake and like what we did with him.
All right, and Tom, you had some thoughts on that too? Were there things that?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I misinterpreted your question as like, what would I have liked to have seen as an? Honestly, I was going to say like, I don't think there is anything I would have changed. Like, I know you guys have mentioned that like certain things have been developed as the story went along.
Yeah.
But like honestly, it felt like the pacing to me was pretty perfect. Like you're introduced in the first chapter of like the kind of person he is and how some of his actions reflect your own and just how much he's willing to go along with you because of how much trust he has in you and your decisions. He's sort of like a reflection of the character like that. Chapter 2 dives more into like the risks he's willing to take, and chapter 3 obviously puts him at a great test. So you got like this whole arc of watching him really test his limits compared to where he started, which is just just trying to get his footing. And like because it's so well done in terms of building the stakes as it keeps going on. That's why I would think like I think it's perfectly fine, just like how it was done. Everything you guys did, I think, worked perfect.
Yeah, I would say if anything that needs to be changed, it's some of the mechanics. Like some of our, and everyone in our stream regularly knows that I complain about our mechanics all the time and that I have to keep reworking them. HQ still needs we call it the 3.0 patch. The war system needs an overhaul, but yeah, story-wise, I don't think anybody's upset about it. In fact, I would say most people think of SS2 as plots, city plans, and a good story, and the rest of it, they're like, eh. There's some people who like those other mechanics, but most people are here for those three things. And again, the story stuff, like it really hooks you. I started doing what I call the clean and play. I started this about 8 months ago, maybe longer. It's been a while. Might have been a year ago. Where every week I play the mod with the intention of trying to clean up the little issues, because one of the things that's interesting about Sim Settlements is even though it took us a very long time to build, and it was a hobby thing, right? It was like everybody was working on it part-time, and like, so, you know, stuff gets pushed out that's not in the state we would want it to. But now that we're doing this professionally, now that we have Kinggath Creations, it kind of reflects on our, like, this is the first impression most people will have with our stuff. So to me, I feel like this obligation of like, well, that's the thing that anybody who's like, well, who's the Kinggath guys? You know, before they would buy anything from us, they're going to go check out our free thing. And this to me
you have something to show.
Yeah.
Like you have, like even beyond itself being like a fantastic project, you have essentially a portfolio ready to go for something.
And it's free for everybody to go play. Yeah. So I keep trying to clean it up. And when I started the playthrough, I said, I'm going to just speed through dialogue because you guys have heard it all and we're just looking for bugs. But every time I would get to a Jake conversation, I would just get enthralled and just sucked in to this thing that I've listened to 5,000 times. And I still, every time I have a Jake conversation to this day, you know, years later, because I've played through the mods so many times. I still just, your performance just pulls me right in, man. You are, I keep expecting to see you in a bunch of AAA titles, man. I'm waiting for the day that Tom Schalk blows up. It's gonna happen.
That means everything you said means a lot, tremendously. Like it's just the idea of people in general liking what I've done here. I like to know that I did something good for the project. I like knowing that things worked and that things fit. I am just glad that things worked out, and I appreciate all the support that you've always given, and I truly appreciate a lot that you have got here in the first place.
I think the worst thing that could have happened would be like, because this is something we always discuss behind the scenes of like, we get to chapter 3 and Tom has a proper job now, and he's like, sorry guys, I can't do it. I'm like, do we revoice Jake? Can we change his voice?
I would have found time. If I ever like got so busy that I wouldn't have as much time, I would make it work. I loved this project so much. I would have done it no matter what the situation.
Well, that's good to hear, and I'm sure the audience is excited to hear that, because I keep telling them about all these plans we have for more patches one day when I have more bandwidth, and they would all involve Jake, because it would be crazy not to have you. But that is definitely like the fear of losing you drove development at a faster pace than it would have gone otherwise, because we had, before SS2 kicked off, we had another project.
I mean, no pressure or anything, like geez.
We had another project called Conqueror, and that was another quest mod that I had been working on, and at some point in development we were doing this crazy thing where we were like releasing like little micro chapters that would be like 3 or 4 quests, and we were releasing them like every 6 weeks. It was like this crazy development period, and like the voice actors would all come on and do their lines like in a week, and it was really rapid fire, and it was a lot of fun, and everybody was having a great time with it, everybody putting it together, the voice actors, and it was like this, you know, it was almost like we were putting together like a real-time TV show of sorts, and then the writer had his life just like thrown for a loop, and he had to drop out for a while, and so then I turned my attention over to SS2. And at one point, we were trying to get the gang back together to get Conqueror going again. And one of the lead actors had moved on. And it was like, we can't replace her. She's too important. Like, she was just such a, you know, it would have been like if we lost, like, Aiden. Like, if River just was like, I'm done partway through, like, we can't replace Aiden. Like, that wouldn't feel right. I mean, I would say the same for you, but this wasn't the lead. This wasn't the lead. The lead was still available, but our second wasn't available. So I had that in the back of my head the whole time we're developing SS2 in these chapters of like, how long is Tom going to stick around? Like, he's got other stuff to do. He's awesome. So we like, you know, we just never let off the gas so that we could get those chapters done.
Well, I mean, I have always had a blast recording since I started. Even with all like even with as much like because this is still the project where I recorded the most for. Out of any project I've recorded for, this is still the one where I had the most lines and the most time in the booth with.
It's
and I
so
kept
many
coming
lines.
back because I got so into like reading the different lines and just kind of thinking, and I probably sent like a shit ton of takes because I wanted to make sure you had like different options based on like certain context, because I couldn't see everything that was going to happen, how it was going to look in the game, but I can imagine like what sort of different situation might sound like maybe there's like one line where I may have given like a happier, sadder / maybe certain tweaks on the kind of frustrations he has or what words emphasize, because I'm a bit of a perfectionist like that, but I wanted to make sure you guys had what you needed, and I was able to do that easily because I liked being this guy. I liked being this character. I relate a lot with Jake. I relate with a lot with he seems like somebody who, you know, I don't know about if perfectionist is the right word, but like he cares a lot about. He's not afraid to try new stuff.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to get his hands dirty, to try new things if it means getting something good to come from it. And that's something I always identify with. So I felt like learning a lot about myself but I'm being honest, like learning about myself like by going through with Jake. I'm like, you know, I do want to do I do want to be there for people. I do want to see like the commonwealth of my real world be better from things I can do for myself.
I feel that so much, especially because of the cycle of this development is so long that like some people, like you're going through life changes during that amount of time, right? Like in a 5-year period, like some significant thing happens to most people during that amount of time to where like you change your perspective a little bit, right? So you can almost grow with the character.
Yeah, I definitely felt like I was growing with the character. I was growing more comfortable with the character. I was growing more familiar with them, especially with the attributes I can attribute myself with. And when it came to the stuff where he got more strained and more, like, especially in chapter 3, I got to explore places of like, how could I see myself screwing up in this situation? Like, if I let myself go with my own impulses, because if in real life I'm smart enough not to like get too overly emotionally invested in a decision that might be really bad, what would I be like if I gave in to that instinct?
Sure.
And just getting to dive into that. And since you mentioned Aiden, River is a fantastic character to bounce off with. I interpret his and Jake's relationship kind of like almost like brothers that kind of like kind of know each other.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that dynamic. I don't remember if I recorded anything with him, but we were in streams together.
Yeah, we did it. We did a stream and he was on with you. I tried to get him tonight, but he has like gone dark on social media. I think he last I heard he moved on from voice acting, but he did say, if you guys ever need Aiden, I'll get back in the booth for you guys. So very cool.
I love his Aiden, and if for any reason there was an Aiden and Jake scene, you call me and you call him, and I would be there for that.
That would be fantastic. I think a lot of folks want to see more inner dialogue between the characters, because like we came up with this really cool relationship chart of like, you know, because like conflict is what's interesting, right? Like if everybody's just, hey, I love you, you know, like and all happy go lucky, it's not very interesting. So having the different characters have different relations with each other is what made, I think, the dialogue believable and made the characters fun to play off each other. So Rick would speak to that more than I would. He made the chart. I remember that chart. It was a very cool chart.
Oh, we like charts and spreadsheets.
We do use a lot of charts and spreadsheets.
Yeah. Well, you were saying before of things I'd maybe want to change with Jake. So not necessarily about Jake, but Aiden was like an adopted character because he was from Conqueror.
Correct.
So originally, I think the plan was we were going to try to have Conqueror and SS2 play together, and therefore Aiden was somehow part of both, and then we're trying to figure out how to make that work.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay.
Because in Conqueror, Aiden was your antagonist, so you play as a raider, and Aiden is your foil. So it was we weren't sure how we were gonna do this, but it was just like it would be enough of it for Conqueror fans. It would have been exciting to see Aiden from the other side of like.
Sucker for crossovers. So that I love that idea.
But we quickly discovered like we'd have to diverge the story very early to make any sense. And so eventually I think it's kind of we plan to maybe integrate Conqueror at some point, but let's just assume we're not going to do that. So let's not worry about it too much. But Aiden was still like this imported character. So he went through a lot of evolution from chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3, because originally it was Super Weevil who wrote Aiden, I believe, as the original creator. And so Aiden was his character, so we had to keep checking in, like, hey, would Aiden say this? How would Aiden do this? What would he feel about this? But as time went on, he kind of became an alternate Aiden. Like, I think Chapter 3 Aiden is nothing like...
Yeah, I think we ended up stopping those meetings because at some point Super Weevil was like, you know what, he is your guys' character now. You guys know him, you've taken him in a new direction, he's great, but like, you know, God bless. But yeah, we would have meetings all the time with him to be like, because we always had this in the back of our mind of like, oh yeah, one day we're going to finish Conqueror, and then we'll figure out how to deal with the story conflicts we've created. But yeah, it's and then it's just Sir Rick's character now.
It's almost like it kind of became a character arc for him.
Kind of. Yeah. A writing character arc. But I think if there's any character I'd want to change of the main cast, it would be Aiden, and it would be like just tweak him a little bit. dive into a bit more. Like, there's hints of what he's been up to and what he's about, and like when you first meet him, and there's things I wanted to do there, but it's like it didn't really work with where we took things eventually. So maybe I'd want to tweak those and maybe tweak his and Jake's relationship just a tiny bit. But it's already pretty much
buddy cop comedy with Aiden and Jake.
But I mean, I think like early on when we were talking, because the reason that Aiden came in, we were talking about in some of the writing meetings during early development that Jake was so optimistic that he needed a foil, and because it's really hard for the player to act that way when we're relying on vanilla lines, so we always need a character to like whatever emotion we want to throw or whatever exposition we want to throw has to come from another character. So I was like, all right, we need like an anti-Jake who's still a good guy. So then I proposed, like, what about Aiden? Because he kind of fit the bill of being like, you know, he was very, very blunt and to the point, and would have been very cynical. So I think he fit the role well. But there is I don't know. I love the relationship between the two of them. So it would be interesting in an alternate universe to see what you would change about it, Sarik. I think most people like the
I wouldn't now, just because we've done it, and that's how
it's canon. Like, too late. Yeah.
I think maybe one of the things I could tweak in maybe like a brand new universe, and we're doing this all over again, would be, because I think we kind of set this up, was in chapter 2 you can pick like Jake's plan or Aiden's plan, and I think this was very in the air. Like I hadn't decided this is definitely what we're doing and what I want to do, but it was the case of like Aiden could lead your HQ or Jake could lead your HQ, and you kind of you're picking. Do you want to go with Aiden's more hard ass approach and like, no, we don't take prisoners and like we do it the tough but fair way, or Jake's way, which is more like, no, let's be a bit more nice to people. You know, you catch more flies with sugar than you do salt, or whatever that expression is. But we kind of scrapped that and said, no, it's Jake's going to be like the default. Like, I think that was when we were talking about like, maybe we kill Jake. Maybe you have to pick like Aiden dies or Jake dies.
That would be awful.
But I think we scrapped that idea very early and just said, it's too much work, and like we don't think players will want to pick that, so let's put that idea aside. And we just went with what we eventually came up with, which I like better. Like, I wouldn't change that, but it would be interesting to see in an alternate universe, like if we did do that, how would that play out? Like, would people like that? Probably not.
I'm definitely glad you kept both the characters and didn't make me choose, or the idea of someone choosing, because like I in a way I feel like their relationship is reflective of both of each of their growths, so I'm glad they got to like
it would definitely change a lot of the story and the character moments. It's like, well, now we need an alternate path of what happens. Like, Jake can't steal the components of the comm hub anymore because he's dead, so what happens now?
It was going to be a mess. It was going to be a mess. Yeah, I agree. The rivalry is really fun. I think the initial encounter and like Jake getting all angry about Aiden, I think is a lot of fun. It really came out good there. I think, and we had some other. I think the brother relationship was exactly how we were describing it early on when we were writing. And I keep saying we were writing. I used to go to all the writing meetings. I've now learned that Sarik does not need me, and he is quite capable. Usually if I show up now, it's just to be like either crush his hopes and dreams and telling him something that's not technically feasible, or asking him to weave in more mechanics. Like, all right, I got another mechanic for you to try and ham fist into your story. Good luck.
See, often what happens now is, we can't really do that. And then we get towards the end and we're like, you know what, we can do that. let's add that in. And I'm like, hooray. And usually I've kind of written things to assume that maybe we can get that thing in that we said we can't, so it's not too much of a lift. But there's not too many hopes and dreams crushed these days. We've definitely learned, I think, what we can do and what works, especially within the engine that we're trying to play with. Because I know there's definitely some things I threw out chapter 1 of like, hey, can we do this? And you're like, no, the engine can't do that. But I'm like, it's a cool story moment. Doesn't matter. We can't do that. And that limited certain things of what we do in terms of story and Jake moments. I can't remember. There was something really cool we wanted to do with Jake, but like the engine just would not be able to handle this very cool scene. This is like 3 years ago, I'm thinking now, so I can't even remember what
I think it's the scene that ended up in that trailer. Remember when we did the trailer where he was like tied up and Berman punches him in the face? And I think it was like, we could do that with some fakery, but we can't pull it off in front of the player. And like, I think that's why we put it in the trailer.
We want to do more cutscenes, I remember that. And so we got one technical cutscene into the game where you see, we got it in, where Jake's being beaten by Berman. That was how we did it. You have
My
the player
jaw
come up to
still
the door and I do like the idea that the player's just sitting at the window, sort of peering in, not saying anything, just watching. They're not banging or making a fuss.
I remember being told about how you actually got, like, I forget specifically how, but you were apparently you guys were able to make cutscenes now by chapter 2, and I was locked in like, oh my god, how could they tell the story now? Like, that's insane. Like, it's awesome. So
yeah, we figured out a lot of every chapter we ended up coming up with some insane like thing that seemed impossible to do in the engine. Like in chapter 2, it was the cutscene where there's like Jake getting hit, and then Algernon pushes Berman aside to rescue Jake, and then you untie him and stuff. And then in chapter 3, we had the vertibird crash sequence, and like both of those shots were like, oh, so hard. I mean, months of effort.
Yeah, that was one that was almost. I think those 5 times you came to me and said, we have to cut this. Like, you have to go to figure out a different way that this happens because we just can't do it.
Yeah.
But we got it.
Power to game devs, man. Power to all you guys.
So we have certain people on our team who like get excited about that challenge. Like Nihur is one. I think Nihur is the one who pulled off both of those because he's like, no, we can do it, and he just kept smashing his head against it until he got it. And it's yeah, I'm glad we do that because it ends up coming out really cool. It's those moments that people are just like, it kind of takes their breath away. Like, I didn't know this game engine could do that. Yeah, I'm glad we pull those off. But they do take us considerable amount of resources, and so we often, whenever we even start to do something like that, we have like a backup scene or a backup thing written of like, all right, how else can we go about this if that doesn't work? But glad it did. It came out really nice. But I really love, I love I think I've talked about this before, and probably with you guys, but the chapter 1, the way it played out, because there was this long period where we left him kidnapped. That was so much fun to me when we released that trailer, and we did like I don't know if you guys remember the marketing for it. We did this teaser where there's like, you're in a Robco store and there's a display of ASAM sensors, and the camera pulls back and you hear like a radio crackling, and periodically you just hear like gunshots, and there's like a fight going on. You're like, wonder what the hell's going on. And finally it pulls out and you get to the radio and you just hear Jake being like, Slick, I need you now. And then that was it. And like, that was the first thing the players had heard of Jake in over a year. And then we play the chapter 2 trailer. We go through the entire trailer, 0 Jake. We had Cassandra do the voice acting for it intentionally, because again, we just want to leave the players like wanting, like, where the hell is Jake? And then at the very end you see him and he's getting punched out by Berman. And so it was like simultaneously, it was this like really cool marketing moment that only worked because of that long time, and it simultaneously like made players long for more Jake but also hate Berman, which we needed really badly. I remember we spent a lot of time, like, Hold Paul was invented to ensure that the players hate the gunners. Like, that whole arc was created.
You made your own I love bees moment.
we
I had to Google that to remind myself that was called. You know what I'm talking about?
Please explain.
There was like some viral marketing campaign for Halo 2.
Okay.
Because there was like a website called I Love Bees. And somehow, and it was it's like, I'm trying to Google this because I'm trying to remember like what exactly it was, but there's some like hidden message in there, in the site, and it all connected to basically Halo 2, like this most obscure looking site, and somehow it was like an alternate reality game, pretty much.
Oh, that's funny. No, I had not seen that. But yeah, the marketing thing
was like super intuitive and convoluted, but like it led you to Halo 2. I think you like unlocked a trailer or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, someone like the guerrilla marketing like that with hiding puzzles and stuff on the internet. That one. The only reason like that we got away with all that marketing stuff is because people liked Jake so much. And again, I'm gonna keep just slopping you with love, because seriously, like it made a huge difference. Like, SS2 wasn't guaranteed to be taken on well. Like, people generally like kind of roll their eyes at mod authors making sequels, because it's not really a sequel, it's really a replacement. So usually what happens in the modding scene is people will do a 2, or they will do a redux, or give it some name, and it's basically like the mod author realized they screwed up early and want to start over. And that is kind of how SS2 started. So there was we weren't a story mod team.
So it's like a successor, right?
It was like this is the real vision, because we had started designing a story years before that. I mean, it was probably 3 years of development before.
So more like Sim Semblance 2.0.
Exactly, yeah. It's more like a 2.0 than a 2 as a sequel. Exactly, yeah. It's more like a 2.0. But people are kind of like on those, and then we weren't known for story at the time, so it was like, it all fell on your shoulders to like wrench them in right in those opening moments, and you did it. So then when it came to marketing for 2, it worked out. It was like, oh man, people are wondering what the hell happened to Jake, and asking us all the time when we're gonna get back. And I know people would like not do the last quest in their playthrough because they didn't want Jake to go away. So then they would just have their save stuck on the second to last quest with him, so that he's still there in Concord, rather than getting kidnapped for a year while they wait for the chapter 2 to release.
I don't know what the hell they're doing that for. I don't know why they care about the Jake guy. But. No, but like the fact that like you're hyping me up a lot. I may be underestimating any impact I have here, but like it means a lot to know that people cared a lot about the character to want to be so as invested as they've gotten, and to know that you guys cared about the character so much to motivate you to like push the story the way you did. It all comes back to it making my job easier, because the more passion that I felt you guys had, it just kind of helped. I just saw it. I saw it on the script of like how much work went into this and how much attention went into not even just like what is said, but how everything was organized, and like how I could just kind of seep into like knowing what could lie ahead. And you guys. Every ounce of love you had, I felt, and I wanted to give it back as much as I could because it deserved it.
You definitely did.
Yeah, you brought your A game for sure.
Like, I'm not going to name any names because that'd be very unprofessional of me. But I've been playing some AAA games where millions and billions have been poured into these things, and even if the writing is up to snuff, some of the voice actors, man, I'm like, can you emote? Like, was anyone there to tell you like what's happening in this scene? Apparently not, because I'm not invested in your character. Like, I get what you're going for, but like, I'm not there. And then
there's a lot of reasons why that could be the case. Like,
yeah, it's definitely not the voice actor's fault. I think a lot of time it's lack of direction, because like they don't know what they should be feeling. But you have something where there has been literally billions spent. It's like, couldn't you have just had someone else in the room to like add that context or something? And then you have a free mod project and a volunteer who just comes in and says, yeah, I'll voice your character. And everyone's like, this is the best character ever. We love this guy. And that's Jake. So that blows my mind so often of just, like, doesn't matter how good our work is, if you hadn't given the performance, people would be like, this guy's weird to talk to. He's monotone and just strange.
Tom, since you've had enough praise, why don't we slather it onto Sir Rick now, because his writing is phenomenal.
Sir Rick's writing is phenomenal. It's amazing. There wouldn't be a Jake without Sir Rick. Like the Jake that people heard would not exist if it wasn't for Sir Rick's writing of Jake. He's phenomenal, absolutely. Like when to relate to what you're saying, I've seen some clips of some games or like certain sequences or even shows where the writing, whether or not the performance is good or whether the directing is good or the shots are good, but some certain dialogue where I'm like, there are certain things, maybe there's a couple extra words it has, or maybe there's just like certain ways that like the words are written where it's like it doesn't sound as authentic as it can be. And like I've come to really appreciate the projects where it feels written like a real person, and Jake feels so real because of the way that you wrote him. And I could take into my account, like, yeah, this feels like the flow of a conversation I can work with. And then everything else, it makes everything easier for I bring everything else, whatever motivations I got, whatever I'm in, whatever pressures I got, because I trust in the script to be able to carry itself naturally. So then I fill in the rest. Like, it matters so much that a script feels authentic, that it feels real. And you did a phenomenal job of making these characters, not even just Jake, but just like everybody. Everybody feels distinct. Everybody feels like they have their own story to tell and their own ambitions to achieve. And it's such a difference when you have a script that lets you feel like that. And I genuinely am thankful that you gave me that.
Good work, sir.
Well, we can thank some of the other writers as well, because I suppose they also did some work. It wasn't all me.
One of the background. She's not always background, but like one of the secret sauces in Cyric's arsenal is he has an editor who's not afraid to tell him when something's not up to his standards, which is very helpful, I think, because like you can. It's sometimes you need to kill your darlings, right? And so it's good to have somebody tell you that, because I won't tell you that generally. I usually tell you all your stuff's great. So having somebody, having an editor who's willing to tell you that your stuff's bad helps too.
Yeah, everything I'm saying applies to like the entire team, every cog in the machine that produces this. Like when it comes to with the people writing, or even the people coming by to say, "Oh, I don't think that works," or "Actually, this would be better with this." Every piece that made this, that showed the love for like the passion for this project, it worked out exactly as it needed to in the end. So every person that contributed to Jake's character, I'm grateful for, and to every other character, I think it's evident on why this game is still remembered 5 years later.
So let's go into a couple of game things real quick. And also thanks for some more donations. Ravenswift, Lauren, and Canuck, you guys are awesome. Thank you for donating to the cause. If any of you can help out with St. Jude's research donation, there's a link down in the description of this stream, and there's a QR code on your screen right now. But you guys probably saw while we were talking that the wires started running, so we got popped into workshop mode temporarily. And the wires all ran because the population had completed. And then when I came over to a settlement, you see that there's a whole bunch of people piled up by the bar. These people will eventually disperse to their homes and stuff. One of the things that you have to know about the pre-population is, this is a thing about Fallout 4 in general, is that the settlements are, the nav mesh on them will not regenerate until the area completely unloads. So we have to leave the area for the nav mesh to regen, and then they'll be able to find their way home.
Hello? Hello. I was told this stream could use some supervision. And what better person to supervise than the Dr. K.S. Magnuson?
He's alive. Welcome.
Yo, it's good.
Welcome, Will.
What's up, everybody?
Good. Good to have you. Thank you for joining us last minute. Will was a secret last minute addition to because I wanted to see how Tom and Zurich could react to this.
Will, you son of a bitch.
Tom! Dylan!
Yeah, what's the matter? They got you pushing too many pencils. Will and I, it's gone. I'm good. I didn't know you were swinging in. I'm so happy to see you, man.
Yeah, King contacted me like a couple hours ago. He's like, "Hey, you want to hop on stream?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And he gave me no details.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was listening to a little bit, like the first 5 minutes, like the past 5 minutes before he called me, and I was like, "Is that Tom? Is that Cyric?"
Yeah. Yo, like for those who don't know, Will and I, this is not our. I don't know if this is our first project technically, but like the other main thing that we're known for is Hanapocalypse.
Yeah. Tom and I have kind of been like entering each other's orbits like randomly for the past year or so. Because let's see, we did what was that? Phantom Fury, which we both got casted in and we didn't know initially. And then when I got brought on for Magnuson, I didn't know Tom was involved with this. And it wasn't until the trailer came out that I heard him as Jake, because his Jake voice is very similar to his Richter voice from Hanapocalypse, which is the podcast we're both involved with.
Yeah.
So as soon as I heard it, I hopped on Discord and I was like, "Dude, are you in Sim Settlements?"
Yeah. It's so funny too because yes, I was cast in Sim Settlements first, and I've mentioned this before, but Rick is I call him Evil Jake because he has that same Southern drawl, but a completely different entire outlook on life. And he's such a piece of shit person. He's so fun to play. Like Jake is a lot of fun to play. Jake is who I want to be. Rick is everything I don't ever want to be, but this is the only chance I get to be, so I'm gonna fucking be it.
That's awesome.
Exactly.
That's how Cyric describes Berman versus Jake. Of like Cyric is like Berman is like, I'm imagining the most opposite to what I am. Like character.
Yeah, Bowman's all the negative aspects about myself. If I was to act on them, I'd just say, yeah, I'm going to do that. And I'm not going to give a shit about anything. That's Bowman. But it's like, that's not who you want to be. But it's who you want to be sometimes when you're like really annoyed. You know what? I could just slap that kid. Why not?
It's giving into those impulses. It's playing fantasy with the impulses, the ones you know you'll never do. But it's like, what if I was a piece of shit? What if I was going to take zombies and make a business out of making chaos in a town and stuff like that?
Yeah. What if I did indulge the second wolf for a little bit? What would happen?
I will feed Moon.
So thank you, Will, for joining us. For those of you guys who didn't catch the references, there's a lot of people who haven't finished Chapter 3 yet, so they don't know who Magnuson is. Some of you may recognize him also as the voice of Torin in Watchtower, which is basically just your speaking voice, right? Which was so funny. Yep, when I first heard Torin, so Kobus gave it to us blind. He didn't tell us who he cast. He's like, hey, I got some voice files in for you guys. Tell me what you think. And I was like, he's like, but you'll know who it is. And I'm like, is that Tom? I thought that was, because I had never heard your real voice before. Well, it only heard your impressions.
Yeah, it's because Magnuson is, larger than life, and Olvis is me pitched way down. But yeah, Torin is just my voice, but a little bit extra.
And people are big fans of Torin too. I think both of you are like carrying our whole company. So between Jake and Torin, so very
Torin
happy.
Is also Space Jake.
Torin was always described as Space Jake. Yeah, whenever we were developing, we were always like, well, we need a Space Jake.
Well, damn! I should have given him a southern drawl.
Oh, don't you worry, Tom. We talk almost every day about like when are we gonna bring Tom into space? So it's gonna have to happen.
I would go to space if you would have me.
Maybe we do a Watchtower 2 with Tom as the
evil Torin.
Evil Torin as the antagonist, and then a Watchtower 3 where they face off. And there we go.
There you go. I mean,
I'm
with all
Jake
the multi...
the 14th. I'm the 14th Jake in my family. It would be funny if there was like a Yoshimitsu thing where like there's one in Tekken but also in Soul Calibur for some reason.
Yeah, right. And they're the same character, but not really.
I think they're like descendants. They're like from the same clan.
Yeah, something like that.
I think that's how that works.
I never got super into Tekken, so I don't know the lore there. Soul Calibur,
I think that's the only lore I know, except for the old guy throwing his son off the cliff.
Ah, okay.
That's all I know. Yeah. Also, a guy wears a tiger for a mask or a cheetah. Like that.
Yeah.
It's very bare bones, but I do at least know that Yoshi, because that's what compelled me. I remember playing Tekken 3 on the PS1, and like Yoshimitsu was there, and I remember playing Soul Calibur. I was like, wait, what's the guy from Tekken doing here?
Is that the same guy? Yeah.
Is it the same guy? Like, is he a time traveler? Like, what's going on?
I remember always being turned off by Tekken because I didn't have enough energy balls to throw around, because it was like, you play Tekken or Street Fighter or Soul Calibur or whatever. It was like, or Mortal Kombat or Killer Instinct. Like everything was like crazy, and then the only thing crazy in Tekken was the bear, right? Or there was another character too. Yeah, it was too real for me. As a kid, I was just like, yeah, I need more like murder and energy balls and stuff. All right, guys. So. What one of the things that I think the audience is really going to want tonight, now with this cast of characters here, is some super chats for charity.
Of course,
those are a favorite. And now we have the opportunity to hear some fun interactions between Jake and Magnuson, or you did actually some other SS2 characters before you came on as Magnuson. You did Archibald,
Lieutenant Elisher.
Lieutenant Elisher, that's right, in CBD.
Those are the two that I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah. So we will open the door to this. Now, what I would ask you guys do is, instead of doing super chats, because we're trying to raise money for St. Jude's, and YouTube will take a cut of all the super chats, is after you guys just donate to St. Jude's, we'll see it on screen, and then just put what you want said in chat and tag me with it, and I will relay those to the guys. So that
and almost right on cue, we have a request for steamed hams.
Of course, some steamed hams.
Of course.
Yeah. So you guys might as well pull up the scripts now. It's a tradition.
Okay. Yeah, I'll search it. You're right.
We can't have we even made Wes Johnson do a steamed hams. So You guys are certainly not getting away
That's
without it.
awesome.
Oh, you know what? You know what we need right now. Hold on, before we do anything. You've done it. Yeah, you've probably done it at least twice, if not more.
I think so. Yeah.
You know what we need from Tom right now. We have a new tradition. I'm gonna have to hold on. I gotta mute the game because this is so important. So we've started a thing, and I can't give you the backstory. You just have to accept my word that everyone's gonna love this. But Tom, could you give us your best? I need you to yell out a battle cry for me. Maximum crabs. And do it as Jake Evans, please, and then once as yourself. Are you ready? So I'm gonna give you.
It's a battle cry.
Let me let you listen to one of the existing battle cries.
Maximum crabs.
Can you hear that or not?
I don't hear anything.
You'd have to turn on the volume of my stream. So I'll you know what?
Oh, yeah.
So you know what? So Rick, why don't you? Or I'm sorry, Will, you've done this before. Can you give a maximum crabs so that Tom knows what he's supposed to do?
Yeah, sure. Maximum crabs.
Okay.
You'll have to wait for the deep lore on the maximum crabs, but it's very important that we have this.
I'm just gonna go right in for it.
Tom, I don't even know the deep lore, so and I've done this before.
I honestly find it fun to just kind of just balls to the wall, just go ahead. I don't even care.
Yep, go for it.
Right. Hey, Slick, check out what I can do. Maximum crabs.
Fantastic. All right, that's going.
Nice.
Somebody clip that for me and send me the wave. That would be very much appreciated. Thank you.
What do you think? Pretty cool, huh? I saw it on a Reddit post. Also a 6'7". I don't know what that means either.
Everybody has already walked away.
Fantastic.
That was pretty cool, right, guys? Guys?
Where'd you go? He definitely would do that, I feel.
All right. Thank you, Soul Survivor and Sonic Phil, for additional donations to the St. Jude's cause tonight. Really appreciate it. Again, if you guys have a something you want done in Super Chat for charity style, drop it in here. And we actually have more than just Torin, Olvis, Archibald, Jake. We also have Mr. Hansy with us, and
is he here?
And Reginald the toilet, right?
And the toilet, and Wise.
You did Wise too. That's right. You did a lot of characters because you came on first as a voice actor. Yeah. All right, let's hear your character. Like, give everybody a little demo so they know it's true that it was you.
Oh, so we have Mr. Hansy, who's the most sexual robot you'll ever meet. Also the other Mr. Handys as well, not just him. And we have Reginald the Toilet, who's also a Mr. Handy, but has been altered to accept certain substances from certain places.
Shit!
Yes. That is my lot in life, yes. And then we also have Wise, who's more up there. Oh, and I did Starge as well. I forgot about Starge. He was a more ghoul voice. That's my Starge voice. So we have a ghoul as well, maybe. And I think I do some
a range on this guy.
Yeah, too
good
kind.
job, Sirik.
So I'm sure there's some other characters. It was mostly background characters, I think, when we're just like, oh, we need a side character, we need them voiced. I'll do it.
Yeah, I think and then you did Corrin in Bard's College. Or in East Empire, rather. East Empire.
Yes, I did Corrin the elf, who was very, let's just say elves are the best, and everyone else not so much. But that's okay.
Yeah, so
not to be like brain rotted for a second, because I'm feeling kind of on a One Piece kick, but I feel like, Sirik, you can do a Brook.
Oh, yeah, you could absolutely do a Brook.
Did you hear that? We did a voice just before. That was like, Brook? I think I can hear a Brook.
Yeah, there was a little bit of Ian Sinclair in there.
Yeah.
Yo.
Oh, I don't even want to attempt that.
Come on. Somebody's got to pay for it now. You got to get that out of
Yep.
Them.
You guys got to pay.
Oh, fantastic. All right. Well, whether or not anybody pays, we got to get steamed hams in. So we might as well just rip that Band-Aid off. So
that's rip the Band-Aid off.
Do you guys have that script? Because and then we got.
I do. Yeah.
So who did you do last time, because I think, Tom, now you've probably done both sides. So, Will, which side do you remember which side you did for that last time? Because we should have you do the opposite now.
I did both. We had Chalmers as Magnuson and Skinner as Olvis.
Oh, that's right. You did both.
I did both parts.
All right. So,
I mean, Magnuson's a pretty good Chalmers.
Right. He is a pretty good Chalmers. What are another pairing we can do? So, I guess we could do, who else do we got here? You could probably do, well, I don't know. Could you do, what's his name? The CPD guy, Lieutenant Elisher could be Chalmers and Jake as Skinner.
I was gonna say, like, what's our relationship again between you, me, and Magnuson? Like, are we like
Jake? Doesn't Jake like look up to Magnuson in a way?
Yeah,
because Jake's like kind of
like, oh my god,
kind of a gearhead, tech-minded person.
Yeah.
He's like,
oh my god, treats him with reverence. Yeah.
Yep. So we already got that power dynamic going. Might as well.
Sure. Yeah.
Might as well roll with it.
Oh, we got a super chat here. This is not for one of these, but just to shout them out. Koger says, "Thanks for all you do for us, Kinggath and crew. I for one appreciate you all. Rangers lead the way." Thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. We will, if you, I will relay super chats to the charity. But if you guys are feeling generous, please use the link in the description to donate directly to St. Jude's. That way, YouTube doesn't take a cut out of it. I also see we got a donation from Alexander, which means we are going to have a request. Oh, somebody just gave us 420 requesting steamed hams. So there we go. Now we're officially. It's been paid for.
Now we officially have. It's been paid for. Cool.
All right.
All right.
So Rick and I will STFU, and you guys have the floor.
All right. So let's see. Chalmers starts us out.
Oh, Erica just had a brilliant idea. Agnes's part can be the Mr. Handy voice or Mr. Handsy voice.
Awesome. All right. So Chalmers is starting us off.
Well, Seymour, I made it, despite your directions.
Superintendent Chalmers, welcome. I hope you're prepared for an unforgettable luncheon. Oh, egats! Oh, my roast is ruined! But what if I were to purchase fast food and disguise it as my own cooking? Delightfully devilish, Jake. Superintendent, I was just stretch my calves on the windowsill. Isometric exercises. Care to join me?
Why is there smoke coming out of your oven, Jake?
That ain't smoke. It's steam. Steam for the steamed clams we're having. Steamed clams. Superintendent, I hope you're ready for some mouth-watering hamburgers.
I thought we were having steamed clams.
Oh, no, I said steamed hams. That's what I call hamburgers.
You call hamburgers steamed hams?
Yeah, it's a regional dialect.
Uh-huh. What region?
Upstate New York.
Really? Well, I'm from Utica, and I've never heard anyone use the phrase steamed hams.
Oh, no, not Utica. No, it's Albany expression.
I see. Oh. You know, these hamburgers are quite similar to the ones they have at Krusty Burger.
Oh, no. Patented Skinner burgers. Old family recipe.
For steamed hams?
Yes.
Yes. And you call them steamed hams despite the fact they are obviously grilled.
You know, one thing I should... Excuse me for a second.
Of course.
Yeah, well, that was wonderful. Good time was had by all. I'm pooped.
Yes, I should be. Good Lord, what is happening in there?
Aurora Borealis?
Aurora Borealis. At this time of year. At this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen.
Yes.
May I see it?
No. Seymour, the house is on fire.
No, Mama, that's just the Northern Lights.
Hold on.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who lost it.
I didn't break character. Nope, I'm a professional. Let's do this. Well, Seymour, you're an odd fellow, but I must say, you steam a good ham.
Help! Help me!
Yeah, let's go.
And scene.
I lost it, and I could hear, and I pulled myself away from the mic, and then I heard somebody else, and I thought for a second, I was like, was that my echo, or was there a delay on the stream? Like, nope, that was Will.
Nope, that was me losing it.
Fantastic.
It's like, shit, my line's next.
So good, so good. I love that tradition. Especially, I love that it inspires
Is
Erica
there
to
a
make those
better
animatics.
written? Is there a better written comedy thing like ever than the steamed hams bit from Simpsons? It's so good.
Well, that sketch is up there. So I did see someone in the chat mention Who's on First.
Good, that's a classic.
Oh, that's another good one.
Yeah,
that's a classic.
How many?
I would try Who's on First.
How many people these days
I'll
know
do
Abbott
some
and
Who's on
Costello
First.
though? Like I'm thinking about like all those black like Abbott and Costello and Three Stooges and stuff. Like my my grandparents and my dad would show me, but like my kids they want nothing to do with that. Try and make them watch Three Stooges, and they're just like they want their wacky brain rot cartoons. It's gonna be sad times when those.
I think a lot of it, like when I was growing up, at least, a lot of that stuff was referenced in the current media. So it wasn't you're watching the originals; it's you're watching the people who watched that now writing new things and referencing it. So
Making reference to it,
yeah, we've moved even beyond that now. So yeah.
We're deeper down the well. All right, we've got some more donations, and Alexander, who donated before Steamed Ham started, said we'd love to hear a chorus of all of us making the lip sound from the Ron, which if you guys are not familiar with it, it's just kind of, Tom, you were here when that was originally recorded. It's just doing one of these finger between the lips. So
that thing.
They would like us all to do it together. All right, you guys ready on the count of three? One,
All right, okay.
2, 3. There you go, Alexander. Don't know what you're going to do with that. Don't ask, don't tell. All right, we got another anonymous donation, $25. Thank you so much. So no requests there because I'm not going to be able to tie anonymous to them unless that person chimes up in chat. Somebody might just claim it as their own, and I'll have no way to know. Koger also donated another super chat saying, the tools you and your team created allowed me to share my own little mods to over 2,600 people, which is amazing. Thank you for your donations, Koger. Really appreciate it. All right, so let's see here. People know it, but not as... Oh, yeah, so Kaz is pointing out exactly what Sarik said. People know some of those references, but not from the original source, from people referencing it. So then it's going to get attributed to the next person who takes over. But I'm sure there's probably a lot of stuff that even we, like we probably attribute to some movie or something that we've seen that stole it from something, 40 years prior or whatever.
Yeah.
So
we got plenty of that in SS2. I'm quoting something. I was like, good line. Yeah, so no, I didn't write that line. I just stole it. It was funny.
That's funny. So how did you guys? So you recognized each other working on the same project from the trailer. That's so funny, man.
Yeah.
Because I guess you guys, because we don't have you guys come in at the same time, right? You have no idea. And I guess even with Magnuson and Jake, there's very little interaction, right? It's kind of all, there's like only handful of scenes where the two of you are both in them. So it makes sense.
Yeah, and it's really late in the chapter too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's very, very late. Yeah, Magnuson's one of those ones that it was almost like we planted him in season 1, but I think the appearance of him actually being still alive probably felt a little bit out of left field to some folks, and like I think we went back and planted a bunch of holotapes so that your voice was in earlier as that, but they weren't in initially at launch.
I do like that we've just graduated from having chapters to seasons, so that's pretty cool.
Let's see here. What's good, fam? How long will this be up? I'd like to get something voiced. Oh, we'll probably keep going for, I would say at least another half hour, but I think ultimately I will leave it to Tom and Will to tell us when they need to crash, or Sarik really. But Sarik took a nap midday because this is ass o'clock in the morning for him right now.
Yeah. Tom, you're EST, right?
I'm EST.
Yeah. Okay, so we're on the same time. I don't know. I can go at least until midnight.
All right.
Yeah, I would say till midnight, and we play it from there. Like,
all right. So you guys get another half hour if you're looking to put a donation.
I did happen to find a script, and I shared it in our chat here for a Who's on First script. So if you wanted to actually try that, I would be down for
Absolutely class. I'm down.
All right.
Jake as Abbott. Your dealer's choice for Costello.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's see. Considering his inquisitive and almost confused nature, I wonder if Archibald would be good here.
Go for it.
Because Archibald, his whole thing is that he his mind is not what it used to be, and is slipping on him, losing his marbles a little bit.
I think this. All right, yeah. This should be like the most of it. I don't know if this is like the whole thing, but this is like the core of it. So
it goes on for a while. Yeah,
it goes on for a while. It's a good thing that it's like not the full thing. So we got like a good amount.
Right on.
So I'll just start us off. Strange as it may seem, they give ball players nowadays very peculiar names.
Funny names?
Nicknames. Now, on the St. Louis team, we have who's on first, what's on second, I don't know who's on third.
Yeah, that's what I want to find out. I want you to tell me the names of the fellows on the St. Louis team.
Yeah, I'm telling you, who's on first, what's on second, I don't know who's on third.
Are the fellows' names?
Yes.
Well, then who's playing first?
Yes.
I mean the fellow's name on first base.
Who?
The fellow playing first base.
Who?
The guy on first base.
Who's on first?
Well, what are you asking me for?
I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, who's on first?
I'm asking you who's on first.
That's the man's name.
That's whose name?
Yes.
When you pay off the first baseman every month, who gets the money?
Every dollar of it. No, why not? The man's entitled to it.
Who is?
Yes.
So who gets it?
Why shouldn't he? Sometimes his wife comes down and collects it.
Whose wife?
Yes. After all, the man earns it.
Who does?
Absolutely.
Well, all I'm trying to find out is what the guy's name on first base.
No. What's on second base?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
No, who's on first?
St. Louis has a good outfield?
No, absolutely.
The left fielder's name?
Why?
I don't know, I just thought I'd ask.
Well, I thought I'd tell you.
Then tell me who's playing left field.
Who's playing first?
Stay out of the infield, the left fielder's name.
Why?
Because.
Oh, he's center field.
Wait a minute. You got a pitcher on this team?
Wouldn't this be a fine team without a pitcher?
Tell me the pitcher's name.
Tomorrow.
Now, when the guy at bat bunts the ball, me being a good catcher, I wanted to throw to the guy at first base. So I pick up the ball and I throw it to who?
Now that's the first thing you've said right.
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Don't get excited. Take it easy.
Okay. I throw the ball to first base. Whoever it is grabs the ball. So the guy runs to second, who picks up the ball and throws it to what? What throws it to? I don't know. Throws it back to tomorrow, a triple play.
Could be.
Another guy gets up, and it's a long ball to center.
Because?
Why? I don't know, and I don't care.
What was that?
I said I don't care.
Oh, and that's our shortstop.
And scene.
Oh, so funny. It was so funny. It was so funny to hear you getting angry as Archibald too, because he just never does in the
He never raises his voice ever. He's like the most chill dude on the planet.
That's awesome. Fantastic. And Yorkshire threw in a post donation to say thank you for who's on first. So there we go. All is
You
well.
are welcome.
We also got donations. We got donations from Lively and Erica Ember as well. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. If you have something you want said, just make sure you at King Gathme in chat, because I don't see the messages that you equipped with your donations. My computer setup is really wonky right now, so I don't have access to the back end of Tiltify right now. So Rick, what would you like to hear from Jake or Magnuson or any of the abundance of characters that you didn't write in?
Ooh, I didn't write in. I think we did plan to have some. Did we get those in? I don't know. There was like some casual conversation between the two. Because that's something we planned for all the HQ stuff. Did we get those in?
No, we never did. That was there was all sorts of that. That's like one of my dream things. I don't know about you guys, but I love in video games when two characters are just having a conversation without me, where they're just like, where you just get to hear them, how they care about each other or hate each other or whatever. Like those conversations are super interesting to stumble upon. And that's like one of my dream patches of like, let's get all the HQ people, let's get Magnuson, let's get Jake, let's get Lupe, and just have them all do some banter and just have that happen periodically. I think that would be a lot of fun.
I think that would be great. It really fleshes out the world, because it means that, it gets the feeling that the world is happening when the player is not around,
Yeah. So wait, what's the scenario again? Like,
I didn't actually pitch an actual scenario, but it was something that we always wanted to get in Gaffer's side. Like, what did you want to see? And I was like, well, I don't think we got that in. Now, knowing our fan base, I think it would probably be something like either Jake proposing to Magnuson or Magnuson proposing to Jake. Call me crazy, but I think they might like that.
All right. So we're just leaning into the slash fix, who are going to come as a I
think I have a fun idea for this. You propose to me. I'm gonna be minding my business, doing a thing. I'm working on something. It's like a dang thing. Trying to find certain parts. And
what's Jake's last name again?
Evans.
Evans. Right. Okay. All right, Mr. Evans. Okay, there it is.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Madison, what's going on? Don't mind me. I'm just trying to tinker with this here. They call it an Xbox. Not even shaped like an X.
Yeah, well, I hope I'm not interrupting anything important, of course.
No, just kind of tinkering, really.
Well, listen, I've been thinking lately, and we've been working pretty closely for a while, and I feel
this
like
box has an Xbox Live card. Does this even still work? This is a 360. I don't know if that's still I wonder if that's expired.
Yes, quite perplexing situation that you find yourself in. But anyway, as I was saying, we've worked together and we've become rather friendly, wouldn't you say?
Oh, sure. I'm always glad to make friends, especially with someone as talented as you, Mr. Magnuson.
Oh, well, thank you for saying so. So you could say that we admire one another.
It must be hot outside. You're all sweaty. What the hell temp out there is it?
Oh, sorry, that's just the condensation on my console. If you would take that towel over there and just wipe me down, I would really appreciate it.
So I got my hands full for a sec. You said you want me to wipe you down?
Well, I mean, I can't. I don't have hands to be full, so.
I mean, if you gotta do what you gotta do, sure. Let me get the towel. I just figured maybe I had some kind of device to wipe it down, but that's sure. Here you go. Where do you want me to wipe?
That's a good idea. Just anywhere.
Anywhere. All right. Well,
anywhere.
I'll start with the shoulders, I guess. They seem the most sweaty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, I got them grippers. I'm really good at
you found a crevice I didn't know was even there before.
Go like my wife when we spent more time together. I always found the right spot for her too.
Oh, there's a Mrs. Evans, is there?
Yeah, well, it's kind of complicated. Truth is, we're not really seeing each other right now. It's
so it's like an open thing.
It's a little complicated, and on top of that, there's the whole thing with my partner here, and
Oh, funny you should mention the word partner.
Yeah, they're pretty great.
Yes,
I love. I mean, not love, but I just mean, we just spend a lot of time.
Well,
I think I got a lot of
maybe
weird
love,
feelings.
maybe a little bit of love. Platonically, of course.
But yeah, that's the thing. Ever since I've been separated from my wife, and unofficial, we'll say.
A little
It's
lower,
been
if you
hard.
don't mind, while you're telling me this. A little lower.
Oh yeah, sure. It's just like we spent so much time apart.
Yeah, right there.
We love our. yeah. Thank you. I love our daughter so much, but she and I, we just didn't see eye to eye on things. And then Slick over there, like they just started saying things and doing these things, and I don't know if it feels weird to like more than one person like that. Does that seem strange to you?
Jake, it doesn't seem strange at all.
All right,
Could
scene.
you...
Scene.
What? No, come
while some of our audience are into that, others you're making uncomfortable.
I love playing Jake as completely oblivious as possible.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
So we
Meanwhile,
have
Magnuson has to try to steer around the obliviousness to get him back on track.
I was trying to build a little love triangle thing, like you'd had this I'm not gonna let the protagonist show me up, and
that one. I think you guys could have gone on to that one until I was forced to call scene with the.
Well, the problem is,
absolutely.
Let's even propose to each other, and it's like, no, let's not have that. In fact, come over here, rub my console a little bit.
Hey, what's this joystick for?
Wedding ring launch between my keys on my keyboard.
Is this a tongue? If I pop on this?
All right, we got some more donations here. So Lively gave us one. So I gave you guys a script there. Lively asked for a Celebrity Jeopardy skit. So I've got one there, and Celebrity Jeopardies always have more than just two characters. So Rick, you're gonna have to fill in the gaps, but I am thinking we go with Alex Trebek is Magnuson, and then Jake will be either Sean Connery or Burt Reynolds, your choice, and then we'll have Rick fill in the rest with characters.
Is there any way to expand this? Because the script's getting cut off on the right side.
You should be able to download the message. If you click expand it and click download, you can grab the whole message box there.
Okay, got it. Cool.
I'm feeling Burt Reynolds.
All right, so Rick, we're gonna need you to be Sean Connery and French Stewart for today's event.
Hang on 1 second. I'm just having the same issue of making sure I can actually read it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it now. Okay. So Magnuson, Trebek.
Yeah. Jake is Burt Reynolds, and then Sir Rick will pick some characters to be Sean Connery and French Stewart.
All right, cool.
Okay, I'll give it a go.
I am ready. Welcome back to Celebrity Jeopardy! Before we begin the double Jeopardy round, I'd like to ask our contestants once again to please refrain from using ethnic slurs. That said, let's take a look at the scores. Sean Connery has set a new Jeopardy record with negative $230,000.
Okay, should I go wise or Mr. Handy? It's up to you.
For do wise and then do Mr. Handy for French Stewart. Okay. I think that'll fit nicely.
You think you're pretty smart, don't you, Trebek? What with your dago mustache and your greasy hair?
Look, what did I just say about ethnic slurs? From Third Rock from the Sun, French Stewart is in second place with negative $17,000.
I'm a late bloomer, Alex, and in Double Jeopardy, I'm gonna bloom.
Sure you will. And finally, back again, Burt Reynolds in a commanding lead with $14.
Check the podium. Look at this.
Mr. Reynolds has apparently changed his name to Turd Ferguson.
Yeah, that's right. Turd Ferguson. It's a funny name.
Great. Let's look at the final board. And the categories are potent potables, sharp things, movies that start with the word Jaws, Appetit Déjeuner. That category is about French phrases, so let's just skip it.
Hey, I speak a little French. You're an ass bite. Pardon my French.
My name's French. How about that?
Yeah, well, who gives a damn?
Moving on. Animal sounds, condiments, and finally, your ass or a hole in the ground. Mr. Reynolds, unfortunately, you're in the lead, so we'll start with you.
Yeah, I'll take the condom thing for 8,000.
It's condiments for 400. This condiment is made from mustard seeds. French
The answer, of course, is onions. I'll take condiments for $800. Thank you.
That's not the right answer. Burt Reynolds.
That's not my name.
Okay. Turd Ferguson.
Yeah, what do you want?
You buzzed in.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, well, that's your opinion.
I hate my job. The answer was mustard. Mustard is made from mustard seeds. Mr. Reynolds, it's still your board.
Yeah, well, why don't you give me ape tit for 200?
It's not ape tit, it's appetit. Never mind. Let's just go to animal sounds for 600. This is the sound a doggy makes. Mr. Connery.
I think that would be, moo, yeah.
No.
Well, that's the sound your mother made last night.
You'll have to forgive me here. I seem to have lost place in our script. Where are we at?
There we go. I found it.
All right.
Yeah, if you keep scrolling down, like it repeats for a second, then it keeps going.
Oh yeah, okay, there it is. Hold on.
That's the sound your mother made last night.
That's not the sound your mother made last night. Yeah, okay, I got it now. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, that's not necessary. Brett Reynolds.
Who is Scooby-Doo?
No.
That was a funny dog, Scooby-Doo. He drove around in a van and solved mysteries and...
That is incorrect.
No, that's correct. I remember he had a pal, Scrappy-Doo.
No. French Stewart. The sound a dog makes.
Oh, who is John Gaffney and then the Beaver Brown Band? Oh, thank you very much. I'll take animal sounds for $800, please.
No. Good Lord. We would have accepted Bow Wow or Ruff.
Ah, Ruff. Just the way your mother likes it, Trebek.
Come on, that's way out of line. But, Mr. Reynolds, what are you doing?
I found this backstage. An oversized hat. It's funny.
No, it's not.
Sure it is. It's funny. It's funny because it's bigger than a normal hat.
I see that. Get back to your podium.
Take a look at that.
Yeah, I see it. Go back to your podium. It's not funny. What is going on? Okay, let's just move on to the final Jeopardy. And the category is, you know what? I'll tell you what. Just write a number, any number, and you win. We'll accept any number at all. A 1 or a 2 or a 3. How about a 4? It's that simple. Come on, I know you can do this. Let's start with French Stewart, who is grinning like an idiot. You look pretty sure of yourself. Think you've got the right answer?
Oh, yes, I'm pretty sure of it, Alex.
Well, all you had to do was write down a number, and you wrote... Threve. A combination of 3 and 5. Simply stunning. And you wagered... Texas, with a $sign in front of it.
Oh, no.
I'm speechless.
I did not get the answer from anyone else. It came from Mr. Stewart's noggin. Yes, all up here.
That's beautiful. Mr. Reynolds.
Yeah, don't bother, didn't write anything.
Good work. All right, finally, Mr. Connery. The category was numbers, and you wrote a letter V. Well, I'll tell you what, my friend. V is a Roman numeral, so despite your best efforts, you answered correctly. Let's see what you wagered. Suck it, Trebek. That's all the time we have. Good night, my...
The end.
Would you get that off of me?
I forgot how long that was. I just copy-pasted it real quick.
Jeez. I also got lost in all the brackets and stuff.
Yeah. It was the website that I found it on was just a mess of ads, as most websites are anymore. So I was like, all right, we'll just grab this text and get out of here.
That's probably why it repeated.
Oh, yeah. I probably repeated a chunk because I probably missed where I copied. That was really funny. I haven't heard that sketch in ages. Those are so funny.
It's been a while.
All right, we got a lot more donations here while we went on. All right, no more skits, guys, because we are going to run out of time. But that was really funny. So was Abbott Costello. That was another great one. Eric Amber Studio has a donation. I think that's yours of 25. I can't see it anymore. I went off the screen, but thank you for the donation. And she would like to hear Jake say something that I am going to paste here. And then...
I remember.
And then there's a response from Magnuson. So hold on, I'm gonna copy paste this both here. Oh, hold on.
Howdy, Erica.
Hi, Erica.
Yeah, hi, whatever.
Okay, hold on. This is.
Oh, that was Will saying hi. Was I supposed to say that in character? Hi, Erica. That was Torin.
All right, there we go. So the first part there in our chat is for Jake, and then Magnuson has a response.
Okay.
All right, who did it? Who tried to play crab invaders on Madison's terminal?
Unhand me, crustacean!
I'll get it. Just throw some hot water on her, son.
Yes, hot water, please. And then you could wipe me down later again. I really enjoyed that last time.
You know, I could use the hot water. That might make it easier to clean up. I don't know.
You read my mind.
Ooh, what's going on in here? Can I join in?
If you like crabs, we're probably having for dinner.
Oh, I do.
Eric Marshall says, is this an SS2 fan fiction novelette I'm hearing? Indeed. Kinggath is blushing a little bit.
Madison, like, just Jake coming into the room like, hey, do you have any milk in your fridge? Sure, and you can perhaps wash me down later.
With the milk?
Like,
oh, why not?
He's just unbelievably just down bad for Jake. And he just keeps missing.
Paul Lupe comes in the next day like, why is this console always smelling like sour milk? This is weird. What are you guys doing all night?
I like it creamy.
Okay, so Kez has a donation and has given this sentence, but didn't specify who. So I'm gonna say we should hear this from all three of you. We'll say the favorites here, I think, are Hansy, Jake, and Magnuson. So here you go. Here's for all three of you. You can each take your crack at this line. You can choose what to put in for the. You can choose fill in the blank how you will.
All right, I think I have some to start. If let me see.
I absolutely know what's going in the blank.
I think I know how to navigate this. I think. I'm gonna see how this goes. You know, you're an awful lot like the comm hub, begging to be worked on and full of my attention.
Nice.
Nice.
You know, you're an awful lot like the comm hub, begging to be worked on and full of my cream.
Well, you know, you're an awful lot like the comm hub, begging to be worked on, full of my... I am unable to create a response that complies with our guidance.
Sarik saving the stream.
God damn it, I took a drink of water.
All right, Kez has got another one. So we just launched today as the 5th anniversary feature for SS2, the ability to pre-build the whole world. So you show up and every settlement can be just full of plots with ASAM sensors. So we need this from Jake.
I love Jake's reaction to trying to share ASAM Commonwealth. Fine.
So what does Jake do when he shows up to the Commonwealth and everybody's already got ASAM sensors?
So I'm here to help. Hi, my name is Jake. I've heard from down the grapevine that you're looking to build a new settlement out here in the wastelands, and I think I have just the tool for you. I have it right here in my bag. It's called an ASAM, and you have no room because wow, you have a whole community already built with what looks like also ASAMs. And I've never met you in my life. Son of a bitch! Someone got to my idea first! Holy, when did this happen? I spent years building this dang thing. You tell me somebody else invented this? Oh, what the hell am I gonna do? I got all these things here, and there ain't no place to put it because I already got the thing built. God, son of a...
Hello,
Damn.
Mr. Evans. I've got someplace you can put those.
I can't clean you right now. I'm in the middle of having an existential crisis. What do I do with my ASAMs?
I love that you kept up with the oblivious thing of it's just cleaning.
Well, at least I'm good at something.
All right, we got a donation from Adam Bonnie Baby for $25. Thank you so much. I don't know. I don't have a quote from her. Let's see here. Maybe she's just enjoying the show already. Doesn't need anything in particular, or I missed it. Hold on, I'm scrolling back up through chat. No, I don't think I missed it. But yeah, this is. I'm afraid of the videos that Erica's going to make off of this one.
Yeah, I'm excited for the videos that Erica's going to make off of this one.
I still think a lot about the animation with the nuclear bomb with the Ron and,
God,
and
that
Jake.
was so funny.
Still a favorite. I still love the way that came out.
Yeah, that was so funny. Look at him. He's riding on it like it's
I'm so glad they included that. I'm so glad that part made it in there. Thank you so much.
It's such the duality of man right there. Like, oh, I'm scared. Oh, I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Everybody in the chat, check out Erica Ember Studio for some fun sim settlements animations. They're all absolutely great.
They're
and
all
charming.
great.
Yeah, they're so good. Adam Bonnie, I don't have access to Tiltify right now. Long story, but if you could just put the message in chat right now, I'm watching chat on YouTube, and we'll relay it. Either those guys will just see it directly, or I'll copy paste it for them. Well, this has been a good time, guys. Thank you for making a couple hours for us tonight to have some fun with some settlements. It's been wild that it's been 5 years that we've been. I mean, for Rick and I, it's been more like 8 years working on this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good to see that we got a good fan base. Everybody's really, really happy with the work you guys all did, and obviously,
yeah, you guys have been absolutely killing it. Like, not only with Sim Settlements, but Watchtower and the upcoming stuff that we can't really talk about.
There's never Tom got to be in one. Tom got to be in the Doom thing we did. Very quick little role, but we're gonna keep doing more stuff like that because it's really fun.
And that's a testament to your guys' your potential and your power that you had. The fact that you've elevated it's like I said, this is a portfolio of what you're even remotely capable of just on your own. And I always root for you guys to keep expanding, keep climbing and getting noticed for all the work that you do. I'm always rooting for you guys.
Thank you, appreciate it. We're gonna keep trying. We're trying to backdoor our way into the game industry. Like we want to make like AAA stuff, but we don't want to go through the bureaucracy, so we're going to do it on.
Just
our
get
own.
the tank and plow through the front door. You got what it takes.
What's up, fuckers?
So Adam Bonnie Baby says, there's a lot of, maybe Sir Rick can translate this. This feels very Scottish, British, not American speak. So I don't know what this means, but maybe you could translate for us, Sir Rick.
Sosu? I don't know what Sosu is. It's Scottish. He's roped you all into doing the Looney Duke on your New Year's Day. Basically, you all have to run into Cold War. Oh, okay. I vaguely maybe know about this. You have to run into a body of water that's really cold
and react accordingly.
I think that's a Scottish thing. I vaguely seem to recall something about this.
I have never been more lost.
So all right. So imagine Jake Magnuson and Mr. Hansy run into a cold body of water and react accordingly. So you dive into to the lake when it's -20 out.
Okay.
Oh,
okay. So you go first, Magnuson.
Yeah, absolutely. How exactly is this going to work? I can't move on my own, and I'm kind of just a computer console.
Well,
I know. Mr. Evans, if you could give me a sensual push into the water, I would really appreciate it.
I'm not sure how sensuality is going to help, but I suppose if
it'll help, trust me.
All right. What I'll do is I'll push it real slow, like maybe give it some and build up from there. Would that help?
That sounds magnificent.
I don't understand technology at all, but I'll just go along with it.
1, 2, 3.
Yes!
Oh shit! I fell into. Oh man! Oh shit! Oh, it's cold. Madison! Oh, I don't know how waterproof it is. I gotta take this thing out.
I can't swim.
I'm pulling you by a cord. Is this
cord?
cord?
Need some lithe and wiry fellow to keep me afloat.
Trying to keep me afloat. Okay. I'm out of water. God, you're heavy, Mr. Madison. God damn.
Indeed,
I would tell you to lose some weight, but I don't know how a computer could do that. Maybe delete some files or something?
Perhaps. What might help is getting rid of all the water on me. Good thing we brought a towel.
You always bring a towel. You gotta work on a thing. You're always sweating or wet or something. we got a doctor on camp. And maybe you got a virus. I don't know if computers can do that, but
yes, Jake, nurse me back to health.
I don't know why the towel.
I'm not a nurse. Why is
good thing I brought this costume with me.
What was that?
I said, good thing I brought this costume with me.
Okay, I understand. I understand the stethoscope, but what's with the leggings? That don't seem like common practice dress wear for a nurse. How's that gonna help me operate? I work my hands, not my legs. Although I do say they do fit me quite nice. I guess for aerodynamics, for running, I guess I'll try them out.
Eric Marshall says Chapter 4 just wrote itself. Oh, so funny. All right, we
way too sexually aggressive Magnuson and the oblivious Jake.
Oh my god! All right,
God.
Kez has got another request because Kez made a couple donations there, saying, "Here, I'm going to give this. This is for Sir Rick. You got to do wise, and then for Jake and Magnuson. Here.
Okay,
here we go.
All right."
So Rick, you sat out the last one. Take the lead.
Oh, okay. So, I was just thinking, and, this will stay between you and me. I won't tell anyone, but, would you still love me if I was a worm? Like a really small one.
Really small one, okay.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
I haven't. I've only been sitting down. Anyway, the answer is no.
All right, let's hear the Jake version.
Hey, Slick. Weird question. I love you. You love me. Would you still love me if I was a worm? Just wiggling around? Or would you, like, I don't know, suck me up like a little spaghetti noodle?
Oh my god.
Because if you did, we were on an island and you were hungry, I'd let you eat me like a spaghetti noodle. Because I understand that it's hard to make it work. So if I need to keep you alive in one way or another, I'll always be with you. Because there'll be a little worm wiggling around your belly because you have nothing else to eat.
Will,
yes!
you and I,
for the love of God, yes!
Will, you and I lose the challenge for holding it in for sure.
Yep, absolutely. It's the fucking little spaghetti noodle.
All right, let's hear the Magnuson go on that one.
Okay. All right, thank you for coming today. So, little thought experiment, just to keep us fresh and on project. So, pretend for a moment that we've been going out for a while, and it's getting a little bit serious. But then, someday, a horrible experiment goes awry, and I happen to get turned into some small wriggling creature. Would you still love me if I was a worm?
Madison, what does this have to do with ripping music off of Spotify? That's what I came here to talk about.
That's so good. So good.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Do we have any others queued up here? Hold on just a second.
I'm sweating, dear God.
Oh my God. All right, that is so funny. All right, well, you guys got us all crying for the night for good reasons and good cause. Thank you for your donation. So I got one last donation I'm gonna throw in here. Because I had put out I was about to put out a bounty to get something fixed in the game. So we have something that the community calls the scrap crash or the power grid crash. And once upon a time we had it fixed. And with the next gen update of Fallout 4, it broke our fix. So I was about to put out a bounty, and I've done this a few times where I've put out $1,000 bounty to get some horrible game engine fixed because it's hard to get the F4SC coders out of bed. And I was about to do the same, and then I reached out to C. Dante, and I asked him if he could take it on, and then he without mentioning the bounty, and he's like, yeah, I could take care of that, and he did. He delivered today, and I said, great, you get the bounty, and he told me to donate it to charity. So we're going to donate $1,000 on behalf of C. Dante to St. Jude's right now, and yeah, I've got I'm trying not to laugh here now from all of these insane Magnuson Jake things, so I can't think of anything else funny other than to tell you guys to just keep going. So I'm gonna plug in this donation. We'll let you guys just take it away for a few minutes while I plug this in. So Rick, okay. why don't you prompt something for me while I do this?
God, I don't think I can top anything we've had so far. Okay, I'll ask this. So I got a general question.
And then Madison comes up like, you know who I could top?
So, something I'm sure you've noticed is our fan community. They've got a particular sense of humor, and we somewhat share it as well. So we have fun. How do you guys feel with that? Is this something that comes up often for you, like in other things, or is this kind of weird stuff only happens here?
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't say it's terrible. I used to stream on my own Twitch channel for a little while, and I would usually deal with this kind of stuff from time to time. Also, I've done improv classes in the time, and it all basically, devolves into this over a long enough timeline. But yeah, I don't know. The crab thing is definitely unique to this particular environment.
I still don't know what the crab thing is. What is the crab
I
thing?
also, what is the crab
So
thing?
the crab thing. So so here I'm gonna tell you one story, and then chat is gonna tell you I'm a liar. So we did a modathon. So we've done it 3 years in a row now, where we mod for 48 hours straight. And you can imagine streaming for, we would stream for like 16, 18-hour sessions. Things get a little bit loopy when you're in there trying to entertain an audience for a very long time. And I'm not entirely sure how the crab thing came to be, but I blame it on loopiness from excessive streaming that I must have been talking about Meyer lurks or something, and it got into that they're just crabs, and then we were talking about there's a phenomenon where like organisms tend to evolve toward crabs. Have you guys heard of this?
Yes.
So
carcinization, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. And so chat will tell you though that it actually happened within like hour 2 of the stream, not hour 16. So, but it has stuck, and it has just evolved into. We snuck it into a line. So for last year, it was last year, right? That this came about. The max was last year the one we had.
It was the year before with the Dr. Cabbage.
With Dr. Cabbage. Okay, so yeah. Dr. Cabbage, we had a character that we didn't have a script for. The writer who was going to do him backed out last minute, and so we decided to just do the whole script for him via super chat. And then somebody playing off of all of our crab nonsense earlier in the stream wrote in maximum crab as one of the lines, the combat lines for him. They were allowed to super chat in whatever they wanted for the dialogue, and we had the guy record it. And so maximum crab.
All right.
Maximum crab.
Oh, there's Cabbage. There he is. So that now we've just had everybody record it because it feels like such nonsense to anybody who comes onto my stream.
Well, there we go. The crab lore.
That's the crab lore. I couldn't tell you for certain what the moment was, but it was we just got real deep in chat talking about crabs, and so now it's become kind of our mascot around here.
Thank you, Crustacean Nation.
There you go. All right, guys. Well, that was an excellent stream, and I'm gonna go to sleep giggling because that stuff with Magnuson and Jake was freaking hysterical. Master improvers here. Thank you guys again for being a part of all these projects. It's been a real treat to have professional voices in this stuff to help us punch above our weight. We really appreciate it.
It is absolutely my pleasure.
Slick, darling partner, thank you for 5 years.
And thank you, Sir Rick, for writing all this and giving these guys some great lines to say and be riding this train with me for way too long. I think we're on year 8 working on Sim Settlements, right? So
you're very welcome.
It's been a good time.
To many more.
To many more, indeed. And thank you, audience, for being along the ride with us, because we probably would have given up if no one cared. So it's cool to have all these people who are into this stuff and letting us make fun games and have silly streams like this. All right, guys, that's enough. So any parting words from any of y'all, or should we just end it there? I think we're gonna wrap it up then. So thank you guys, and
you can end me anytime.
Snip that, somebody snip that.
You mean like the power button?
Oh, hold on, we got one last minute one. What's good, fam?
Okay.
Says they just donated $15. The thing I want voices for Tom to propose to the Soul Survivor, but make their name Ashley. So we need Jake to propose to Ashley. If you could do that for our final one.
Hey, Ashley. We've been talking for maybe 14 seconds, and in that time, I've decided that you're the only person in this entire world I want to be with. I want you to be my woman. Would you marry me? There you go.
What? That's all it took?
I don't know, it just clicked. Why are you so upset? I thought you'd be happy for me.
But the wiping down and the cream.
I do not see any connection.
All right, guys.